Good evening, everybody. We are once again back with your hosts, Miliardo Beercraft and Squirrel.
What's up?
After our brief interlude with Helldivers earlier this week, we're getting back into Arknights. We shall see if we can get to the bottom of Squirrel's fabled folder.
You know, it's the folder. It's much like a bag of endless holding. You can always keep digging further.
Every time I look, there's more. You just keep sneaking more characters in there. Matched only by our bottomless bag of tangents.
We'll see. We'll see if anything ends up being like a 2-hour tangent like last time.
Martel specifically called me out for that one. It was like, Einar's picture has been on stream for an hour and a half, and they're still on the tangents.
Hey, actually, we did like 2 hours on Texas just alone, so you know that was a whole whopping 4 characters in one stream. Wow.
And
we still went for over 5 hours, so
hey, Texas is worth it.
I agree. And then there was like 20 minutes talking about energy drink cans at the beginning, so
that was design analysis. That was relevant. Doesn't count.
It is. I agree. It's relevant. I'm just saying.
Good morning, level 17. Kara Malone, welcome back. And Dakota the Colossus and Magami Ayato. Thank you all for tuning in today.
And all other lurking viewers, hello to you as well. Hello, viewers in the future who are watching this VOD.
Right, well, today it's late for me, so today we'll probably not go for the full 5 hours, or I'm going to have a very rough morning. So we're aiming for like 2, maybe 3 hours today.
That's a ballpark estimate, though. So
I'm glad we found the right time slot then. Over 300 characters in Arknights, not even accounting for unique NPCs. We're not going to hit all of them. We're basically hitting Squirrel's favorites, I think.
And some community requested highlights, of course. You know, I've been paying attention to comments on the previous videos, and you know, taking some people's suggestions. Obviously, everybody wants us to look at their favorite character, so we're not going to get everyone, unfortunately. But you know, and we'll have to eventually let this guy loose and let him actually play the game. You know, not before next year. So yeah,
that could be some good post-hiatus streaming.
So let's see. Should we go for the methodology once more for any newcomers? Very brief overview.
Take it from the top up here in the corner. Also, I remembered to put on BGM this time. So chat, please let us know if the BGM is overpowering the voices or if it's having a soporific effect on you. All right.
Wait, what was that? Oh, sorry. Complicated words. I'm still booting up. I had my coffee this morning. I'm getting into the game, you know.
Oh, okay. You're still in a soporific state then.
I am coming out of the soporific state. Hopefully I didn't have too much caffeine, because then I'll start like chattering like a real squirrel, and you won't be able to understand anything I say.
Might actually
like the first stream
off for my own sake.
Maybe that's a second stream. I forget which one I had all the monster in. I'm just like, I'm just going super fast.
I feel like that was the second one.
I think that was the second one. I know what. It was the one that was really late for me. That's what it was. Okay. No, that was the second one that was in the morning. That was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, chat. I don't remember. I don't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. So
had an energy drink and a coffee earlier today. I could probably still use another one. But yesterday was a long day. But yes, methodology. Alright, so the funny animal main character will appear on the screen. Do not spoil their name. I have to guess what animal type they are. Personality, using our patent pending temperaments and using our patent pending temperaments and physiognomy tab here to make this an incredibly scholarly endeavor.
Remember, only the best science here, folks.
And then I make some guesses about how they function in game, which fictional country they are from, and then I must pick out their true silly code name from amongst chat's suggestions to try and bamboozle, bewilder, or bewhisker me.
So therefore, chat, start thinking of convincing fake code names for this particular character. Please don't post them until we get to the time. And obviously, you know, everyone's gonna post like the meme name. You can. I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm just not gonna pick those. So
If you successfully fool me, you get internet fame and glory in this beautiful text box
you get 15
right
seconds
here,
of fame.
only for your fame to be covered up by a wolf girl's legs. There are worse
They're
fates.
oversized swords. There are worse fates. We'll be seeing more of that perhaps this stream. Depends on how far we get. But that's spoilers. So I guess with much ado, let's shall we get to it?
All right. So I believe she showed up in the previews from a previous stream. And
She was the last one of the previous stream, and then we went to bed.
I think
I
this
went to
is
bed.
Martel's favorite character, if I'm remembering right.
I think she's in the running. I forget. It sometimes changes over time. It did for me too. So, you know.
All right. Well, so without the E2 art, well, the tails kind of give away that she's a wolf girl. The ears almost look kind of snow leopardy, but they are pointed.
And since we saw the snow leopards previously, that's, contrasting wise.
So we have a wolf girl, and if she's a wolf girl, that also means she is Italian, is my
Correct.
understanding of the lore.
That's 99% of the time true. So, we got Italian, another Italian wolf, another pasta wolf, as we like to call them. She's even got the Italian hand. Look at that, like with
She
her left
does.
hand.
She's
got
got
it up there. She's about to berate you for breaking your pasta before
she's
you
gonna
throw
throw
it.
La Chancla at us, or however you say that in Italian.
We'll be seeing skins for some of the characters. It's a little bit schizophrenic choices, so just keep that in mind, chat.
There are no hard and fast rules here.
I kind of just picked ones that I thought looked good.
All right, well, let's take in the character as a whole here. So we have a cute Italian wolf girl dressed in the finest.
That's redundant. Sorry.
It's true.
I'll stop interrupting.
We've yet to see a non-cute Italian wolf girl.
I don't think there is one.
I don't know if it's possible. All right, so personality-wise, I'm getting the perky goth vibe from her character.
I could see that.
She's got a cute little smile here, and then this art, she's also got a fairly genuine-looking smile. What other clues do we have about her personality from her appearance here? I guess the goth thing I'm picking up just because she's got the all black attire here,
like the black fingernails,
the all black short shorts, this cool the cool jacket here with the high collar, and then she's got the eye makeup on, and then the scar across her left eye there, along with the fancy boots and the rocks growing out of her legs.
Yes, that thing we totally haven't discussed yet.
Hmm. I'm picking up an elemental vibe here of obsidian.
I'd say it's not so much. Not like mud rock. She's not like slinging rocks at people. If that's what you're thinking.
I mean, it looks like she's slinging some rocks at people.
I think it's more for effect, but I could see where you might get the idea.
Okay, this is purely decorative rocks.
Yeah, it's like we said before. Even sometimes when you see like animals in the background of their E2 arts, sometimes they're actually real, and sometimes they're representations.
Hmm.
So it sometimes, okay, I guess I'll put it this way: don't read too much into certain details, and sometimes you should read too much because it's actually, they're like I said, you don't know until you know. Um, we'll be taking a look at her skin in a moment. I want to get his impressions first because they may change if you see the next one.
Well, so if these are metaphorical wolves, I see metaphorically she has two wolves inside of her. One of
That
them is a
actually
wolf.
may be more than just a metaphor. It depends on how you interpret it.
One of them is also a wolf.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm saying so there is some contradictory facets in her personality then, or in her character,
That would be, I think, a very good guess.
as exemplified by the author's choice of two wolves to symbolize the two wolves within her.
I wonder if they have that meme over in China. I don't know if that's one that they're familiar with, but
Wait, if she gave birth to twins, there would actually be two wolves inside of her.
he's not wrong, Chet. I cannot argue with this man's logic. It's
This
impeccable.
this is my mad headcanon now. At some point, she will give birth to twin wolf children, restart Rome.
The mother of wolves. Um, this is late night Miliardo, guys. By the way, it's his morning, he's much more. I'm the
It,
weird
it
one.
takes
It's
a
late night
few
for me.
characters before I start getting unhinged.
You got unhinged on like the second character the other day when we were looking at Siege.
Yeah, it's a
Just
few
for the record.
characters.
Oh,
One, two,
I
two's
can't
a
argue.
few. But let us consult the wheel of temperaments here. Uh, I'm going to go with sanguine here. She looks cheerful.
Hmm. I mean, I definitely get the sanguine vibe.
Uh,
Hmm.
I'm not getting
Inspiring. I don't know
I'm
if I
not
would call her
getting
inspiring.
choleric. Uh, phlegmatic. Mhm.
I love that term,
Melancholic.
schizoid. That's a funny word.
Schizo.
I feel like I'm a schizoid personally, but I suppose it
Thing.
depends on the day of the week.
I'm probably here under phlegmatic or sanguine. But she looks. What was that?
Let's get our physiognomy up here. What
Oh
what what
yeah.
can we
Let's
read?
let's let's see. None of these look like wolf girls. They should have picked better models.
I Yeah, off model, lack of skill by artist, skill issue.
Just got to do the best fit. No, see the sanguine chap here. His snout is elongated like a wolf's might be. If you've ever seen American Werewolf in London, right? This man fits in there mid transformation in a way that no one else does, except perhaps the melancholy man.
It's like
So
Benjamin Franklin getting revenge on the British.
what I think we can conclude from here is that one wolf is sanguine and one wolf is melancholy.
That is a reasonable conclusion to make.
Which again tracks to my initial impression of the perky goth.
So, do you want me to upend your apple cart yet?
Ooh, wait, let me see if I can make some guesses about how it shall be appended. the nature of how the apples shall spill. Because we've barely talked about her designs here yet.
We're gonna read them like tea leaves. But yeah, what other things stick out? What do you think she does? I guess that's sort of the informal
Well,
part
I notice
personality, part
her
gameplay.
these extra blades on her blades. This looks an awful lot like a protractor.
I think that she's good at math.
Like
That's a
I
joke.
think
She's probably not good at math.
like there's even like what looks like a little like slidey thing right there. Well, you say she's bad at math. I think she's very good at division.
I Oh god, he's already started chat.
Right? This is good at division. This is good at subtraction. What are
And
these
when you put
things?
the two together, you can divide by 0 and make the problem cease to exist.
What are these things though? Because they're like,
They look like sundial paths to me. I see what looks like on like the one on her left hand on the second art. They kind of look like they have Roman numerals going around them. It's a little hard to tell. I don't know if you can bigify or if it's just gonna be too
yeah,
blurry.
we can bigify, we can enhance. There is, yeah, yeah. There's definitely like
Yeah.
a little slidey notch right there, uh, of uncertain function. It's like it's like a weird cross guard here, and then this edge is sharpened.
Well, you see how it's got a blade on it. I would imagine that this is a crossguard that can change its angle.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I think I know. I think I know what this is. Then this is like on like hacksaws or other saws where you have like the replaceable saw blade. That's like the pin that holds one end in place.
I can see that.
So I guess this is meant to be an expendable, or is expected to be expendable, and can be replaced.
There's like a barcode on it too.
And then in this art, yeah, you can see it's. Oh well, no, actually, the angle looks consistent between artworks here and here. So based off the artwork alone, I would not guess that these actually like rotate a ton. It looks like this is probably like the max limit of its rotation in one direction. And then I guess you could slide all the way down so that this line is flat with that.
I think her belt says something. Computer, enhance.
Even no, we're gonna have to move even further back to enhance. I wish there was just like a zoom in on image feature.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Massive, massive stride there.
It's like it says 1911.
I think it does.
Hmm. She hiding 45s in there.
I don't think she uses guns, so actually, she does not use guns.
Oh, I like her little. Look at those little teeth.
Chompers.
Yeah, look at the little fangs there. All right, so she's got a scar there. She's got the makeup on, and then she's got some kind of little like ribbon or something in her hair. I noticed she does not have any kind of comms gear. And actually, I want to look at something on the left here as well.
Welcome, CJ. See, CJ, here's my side tangent for now. He watched me, smash my head against Elden Ring, the DLC, this last week. So, if anybody wants to watch Pain, then tune into the next episode sometime later this week or maybe today. I don't know. I haven't decided.
I've heard it's quite
So
something.
there's my shameless self plug. Yeah, I fought a centipede thing. There's giant centipedes. Thank you,
We've got.
Miyazaki. Thank you.
I always get confused when I see people talking about Elden Ring on Twitter because they always just start with Miyazaki, no first name given,
Yeah, I
and
know, right?
my brain immediately goes, "Oh right, this is a Studio Ghibli tweet," and then they talk about something unhinged. And I'm like, how did I miss this movie?
So you've got Miyazaki, and then you've got Michael Zaki. Michael Zaki's the FromSoft guy, just in case you're confused ever.
Hmm. Wait,
But he did not
is it
work on this game. Otherwise,
Miyazaki?
there'd be
Wait,
Poison Swamps.
is it Miyazaki or Mikazaki?
Oh, it's Miyazaki, but yeah. His American name is Michael Zaki. We've adopted him officially.
I'm
Like
seeing
the
a.
baseball players, right?
Oh yeah. I'm seeing it. So this looks like it's either a skull and crossbones with like a slash through it, or it almost looks like the Munch scream face with a slash through it. Just because
I think that is definitely a slash.
this little line here on the end looks like the hands going up to the side of the face in the scream.
It does look a bit like that face, doesn't it? Yeah.
Was this meant to imply that she is here? We're gonna pull this up for comparison. And pending drag and drop technique that would work if Windows would stop maximizing when I click on them. What do you think? Am I reading too much into this? Because like a skull and crossbones, the
That
lines
does
don't.
look like the scream. Oh, wow. Okay.
Right? The lines don't. In a skull and crossbones, the lines would be like right underneath. Like skull and crossbones only come up to the side if it was like I don't know crossed cutlasses or something.
Is the scream phlegmatic, or is he like what is the scream on our patented alignment chart?
He may be one unto himself. Let's see. Based off of this,
I would say schizoid for sure, but that's just or
or
hysterical. It could
or
be hysterical.
hysterical,
Yeah.
sanguine, or phlegmatic, or simply terrified,
But maybe he's just having a bad day.
overwhelmed by his humors being out of balance. He needs more
His
yellow
humors are out
bile.
of balance. He looked at the most recent prices at the grocery store. That's what he did. Uh-oh, rookie mistake.
You can see these poor fools here
He just
walking
woke up from a
towards the
coma
grocery
and he went to
store.
the McDonald's dollar menu, and everything was not a dollar anymore.
He walked in. He was laughed out of the subway when he came in asking for their $5 footlong.
uh,
He's also
we used to be a
noticed
real country.
that the sun is melting on the horizon here, trying desperately to warn everybody.
We warned you before, Chad. Those of you who hadn't seen the previous episodes, prepare for some utterly bizarre tangents.
This is relevant. This is relevant. Look, see, this
It's
is a
not a
clue.
tangent.
This is a clue to her whole character here is that she has a no screaming sign on her
This
shoulder.
implies that she makes people scream, and this is meant to tell you to stop screaming.
Or does it imply that she kills everybody silently and they don't get a chance to scream because she's cut their head in twain?
I think you may be onto something with the second guess a little bit more. I'll just say that. The eye scar and stuff probably implies she might get into a fair few scrapes.
And the no screaming sign means she's trying to do all this stealthily.
Kind of like an Agent 47, right?
Yeah, she's not. She's the opposite of Blaze.
Hmm.
Right? Blaze will kick in the door and blow the whole place up. No subtlety at all.
Yeah, well, maybe not the opposite, although that's a good guess. I think less boisterous, doesn't make explosive entrances like Miss Blaze does, but probably still handles things head on. I mean, you don't collect scars by being stealthy. Let's put it that way.
Fair enough. No, guys, I swear I just wasn't wearing eye pro and ran into a tree. I also noticed
A freak forklift accident. Bleh, English.
I'm trying to figure out what this is here because this looks like one of those ties, but it's not tied around her neck. It's like hanging off of the front of her jacket here and just kind of.
This is avant-garde Italian style. Don't question it.
Yeah, I guess. What if we wore the tie, not on the neck, but on the outside of it? It's like a pocket square that's trying to escape, and it doesn't
I
realize
think it's
that
more
it's.
of a tassel, right? It's kind of like maybe she's graduated from like Italy school. I don't know.
Hmm. Passed her verbal examination.
Yeah, it's not quite Tetsuya Nomura levels of belts, but you know.
We're getting there. It's a start. Wait, is it on her?
There is a belt monster in this game. We will not be seeing this character today, but maybe.
Is it on her E2 art?
We may have enhanced too much.
Oh yeah, it's there.
Yeah, it's attached to the jacket, it looks like.
Yeah. Okay, so that's just a streetwear item then. Actually, I wonder is there's
Yes,
another tassel.
You know whose skin. I know who we're talking about.
There's another tassel there. Does this thing say, in case of screaming, pull tab?
If you pull it, turns out it's like, aha, then the thing falls off and like the stripe falls off, it's just the scream face. It's like, oh no, what have you done?
The wolf girl has turned off the no screaming sign. You will be dying soon.
You are in danger.
It's like walks into the library and it's like, all right, it's quiet. Pulls tab.
Oh woo!
Now is the time to be a woo tab. Do not a woo. $300 penalty.
I can just see her face plastered on like a mobile ad. It's like Wolfglore in your area goes a woo. What's like the old that's an old meme actually. I forget.
That's a Tuhu one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Tuhu, and she's like doing a little dance.
I think I've got the one that's like breaking news: local wolf girl has comfy sleep or something.
Oh yeah.
Along with the do not a woo sign. Where were we? Right. Okay.
Everything comes back to Tuhu. Everything. This game literally exists because of Tuhu. That's not a joke.
Are they Tuhu fans in addition to all their interests?
2 or 3 of the main people met at a Tuhu fan club back in college, somewhere in China in the early 2010s.
Oh, okay. So literally,
and so that's how
not exist.
Yes, that's how the personal connection appeared, and then later on they were like, "Let's make a game." So yeah, this game exists because of Tuhu.
Way to go, Zune.
The madman. He's really like the uncredited, like the muse of our modern world, right?
I mean, despite never having played a Tuhu game, like I have several of the songs in my rotation.
Hey, Bad Apple's a banger, you know.
That was actually one I discovered later. Originally, I think I found Tuhu originally through Cherno's perfect math class and Carinine Destiny. And was it Lunatic Undoge?
I only know some of the names. If I heard them, I'd probably recognize them. But
actually, now I know why. It was all of the ones that were used in Nico Nico Doga Ryusegun and Kumikyoku Nico Nico Doga, where they like mashed like this had to be like mid 2000s. They like mashed all of these songs together into like a 15-minute medley, and then like different people on Nico Nico Dogo would record themselves singing it, and then they would layer it all together, so you had like a 9-man chorus of just internet randos.
That sounds like a beautiful mess.
It's super fun. That's one of my like karaoke goals one day is to attempt like that song because it's just like 15 minutes straight, and you have to hit like you have to know like bits and pieces of a bajillion different anime and meme songs from that time. And I
It's a
will
work of
either
art.
like die, my voice will die gloriously in the attempt, or I'll pull it off. All right, so now we have the screaming on, screaming off switch here. Pulled before combat. The graduation tassel. The really cool jacket here. I like the way the multi-layered sleeves look. That's always a cool
Kind of a
look.
bit of a raincoat kind of thing.
Hmm.
As we know, it's always rainy in Syracuse.
And we got the 1911 belt. We got we got some chains coming off here. She's also got like some sleeves on underneath the jacket as well, because she's got like the little like fingerless glove sleeve ending there.
You can see it on the other art as well. Like everything else she owns, it seems to be a little bit tattered.
Then we got the Protractors of Doom. And then here she's got like some armored looking shoes with a triangle with a slash through it symbol.
As far as I know, that doesn't mean anything.
No mountains. No screaming, no mountains.
Maybe she just doesn't like climbing.
This is not cliff art after all.
Yeah.
And then her weapons. She's got the dual katanas. Well, the dual single-edged, curved Japanese-looking swords.
Katanas plus math.
Math katanas. Yeah, there's got to be a better pun than that. And I like the way the handles are drawn to look like it's made out of bricks.
Ooh, calculus. No, that's dumb. I tried, chat. I really did.
Wait, calculus, integral, derivative, no.
Just like differential.
Does she have the, she has to cut into people with these so she can calculate the area under the curve.
Yeah, that's calculus.
Yeah. It's just deadly calculus. I guess it would be the area on top of the curve.
I would say all calculus is deadly, after all. Did Isaac Newton invented calculus? Is he still alive? I didn't think so. My case rests.
We'll have to check in on that scientist lady that accidentally reinvented calculus.
You're not talking about Dorothy, are you?
No. There was some, I think it was a biologist published some paper that was like a new method. She was not trying to reinvent calculus, but she published some paper that was like a new method on better refining data when you have like a bunch of. I'm botching the story here, but basically she reinvented a method for finding the area under a curve, but that was not the intent she set out to do in the paper. The intent was, here's this new method I discovered for how to do these calculations to solve this problem in biology studies. And people looked at it and were like, you just rediscovered like integral calculus.
It just makes too much sense to be undiscovered.
It will find a way to come into existence.
Well, are you ready for the apple cart flip yet? Are you feeling confident in your guesses? Maybe it won't be that much of a flip. I guess we'll see.
Now let's apple cart flip. Okay, so right now, I guess, right, she looks happy here. But is the apple cart flip going to be that this is like Astolfo or something like that? Is this not actually a wolf girl?
No. This is 100% authentic Syracusan wolf girl. You can tell by her exaggerated swagger.
Okay, thank you.
While she walks.
I was going to be very upset.
As far as I
Wait,
know, there are no fake wolf girls in this game.
also, speaking of math, she's got this, she's got an equals sign here.
Hmm. Perhaps.
She's got
I don't.
two cool buttons there. Oh man, what is the apple cart flip gonna be?
I've got him. I've got him. I've got him on edge, chat.
Making me nervous. What is going to happen? Wait, can I guess the apple cart flip based off the fact that this is one of Martell's favorite characters?
Uh.
Let's get the unenhanced version here.
Dehance, please. Margaret, be gone.
Hold your haunces. Keep holding them.
God, I forgot how long it takes to resize images in freaking OBS, dude.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, scroll to zoom would be awesome here. Well, because now I want to like zoom in again because I'm just like, oh wait, there's more details on her boots here that I didn't see.
You might want to smallify her ever so more slightly.
Okay, I don't know if I can actually learn anything from these boots, but they're really cool boots.
They're very cool. You will learn nothing from those boots.
All right.
So I will again. We'll do the code name guess after this next bit. So keep thinking of your silly code names, chat.
Should I go for gameplay now or after you've upset the apple cart?
You can try it now.
All right. Melee attacker and
Correct.
let's see. I'm gonna go with he doesn't have like a lot of crowd control looking weapons, but she's a dual wielder. So I'm gonna go with deals I'm gonna go with DPS versus tank. So she can crowd control in the
Yep.
sense that she can deal a lot of small amounts of damage very quickly. So she can like cut through chaff.
Pretty close. Yeah. She does have multi-targeting damage. And if depending on the chaff, yeah, she'll carve through it pretty good. There's a thing in this game where you've got physical damage and you've got magic damage, and she can do both. Which means some of the big guys you can also cut through. Again, it depends on the enemy. There's both physical defense and magic resistance to stats, and enemies have them too. So you got to kind of mix and match. But yeah, pretty good guess actually. I think you did a good job, Jet.
All right, I'm setting the
All right, apple cart, apple cart, apple cart, apple cart, apple. Here we
wait,
go.
is she one of the like true werewolves that can actually turn into like a giant wolf?
No, that's just Rita.
Okay.
As far as we know.
Oh no.
Apple cart flipped. Here we go, boys.
Yandere wolf girl.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Now you know why one of our certain friends is a fan.
I would have been bamboozled.
You were gonna be so bamboozled, but I wanted to be fair and show you the skins. That's why also we let you do your guesses first.
That is a very different character.
Would you say she has a dualistic personality? Two wolves inside of her.
Perhaps.
She has even more protractor power now, though, so her math skills have clearly gone up.
My powers have doubled since last time we met.
That was last week. I am a fast learner.
In between studying for my dissertation on Darth Plagueis the Wise. Right, so we got some gold and silver coins here. It's a lot
Blood
of blood
everywhere.
That's a lot of blood. And some headless
Beheaded
angels.
statues, yeah.
along with what looks like a pocket watch with the coins coming out of it.
I think she's kind of just tossing them. She's a fidget spinner kind of girl.
Fidget spinner is your heart. All right. Coins, stopwatch. What else do we know now? Like all of her, well now like all of her jacket and stuff is tattered, but then she's got this like very clean looking, more formal attire underneath. Well, everything else is just torn up.
There's even blood all over the bottom of her coat.
Mm-hmm.
And on her shoe a little bit, looks like.
Maybe she's just getting the hang of the new math powers.
I told you math was deadly.
Calculus kills.
You might say she's a calculated killer. Hey! I can leave now.
Where were we?
Did he silence me?
No, no.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure.
You may keep your tongue.
I was thinking, oh no, he's gonna just mute me and just go on for like 10 minutes. That was good. That was good. Some good timing there. We'll get a clap for that. You know.
And then it looks like the thing in her hair hasn't changed much. So, the little pointy teeth should have been a giveaway. Her eye color even changes.
I think that's more shading, but yeah, she's kind of got these very light gray eyes, like crazy eyes, you might say.
Very crazy. She's even got a little skull on her necklace now.
Oh, I think you're probably picking up the vibes, right?
Yeah. What else we got? All the extra choppy bits here. So right, okay. So she's Italian, so she's, near the Free Vatican. There's
It's a
headless
phrase I never thought I'd
angels.
hear, but
Um, there's headless angels, and there are coins and blood on the floor. Is this some kind of Judas illusion going on?
I think it's very possible that might win in the vibe they're going for. You might surmise she gets up to some naughty business.
Hmm.
Maybe even slightly antagonistic.
She does not look super trustworthy in this picture.
You would be correct in surmising that. Not quite like W levels of well, actually, maybe close to that, actually. When I think about it.
Is she some kind of like heretic Cathar wolf girl?
Not in a religious sense. I'll save the extra bits until we do the codename guessing, but you're picking up on some stuff for sure.
I'm just
Speaking of
fascinated
which,
by the weapon system here.
It's pretty
so
goofy. I like these. They're
expands,
so silly, but I think they're cool.
and it's like it doesn't like spin. It really is just like a big circular extra blade there.
I'll tell you this. This has something to do with magic. So as you know, you can cast magic with musical instruments, with literal wands, with guns, also swords.
So this is basically the magical alchemy circle built into her swords.
It's like a focus kind of thing. Yeah, it's like a channeling instrument. So
she looks so nice over here.
There are two wolves inside of you.
One of them.
I'll put it this way: she's definitely not like openly antagonistic to like the average person in the same way that W is. There's a side of her that can get along with randos.
Is this what happens when you pull this tab here?
I would think that's probably what happens when you pull the tab. You get like a magical girl transformation sequence,
Except it's
except
just
it's like
screaming,
it's just screaming, yeah, and blood
screaming,
everywhere.
static, some deep fried memes.
Probably like one of those like metal pipe drop sound effects.
Hmm. Hatsune Miku beating you to death with a pipe.
Pipe.
Doggy. Hooray! Do I want to know how old that sketch is?
It's really freaking old. I don't even know.
There we go. There, that'll cheer her up.
Hang on, chat. We for scientific purposes.
How old is Potter Puppet Pals? Do the children even know about it anymore?
The children know about Potter Puppet Pals. Hey, we promised you guys weird tangents. That's why you guys subscribe and follow and like or
Mysterious
whatever.
ticking noise, March 24th, 2007.
My God.
17 years old. It's almost old enough to vote.
It's old enough to drive.
Hmm.
She would most certainly commit tomfoolery. And no, we're not going to use tomfoolery as a codename guess, but that's a good one. I like it. We'll be patient. Milioto wants to bring up the memes, I'm sure.
No, sorry. I'm trying to remember what we were talking about before we started talking about mysterious ticking noises. Oh, right. Okay. No, where were we? Trader vibes, sort of. But you said she's not openly antagonistic to the player, so, like, is she a boss character at some point, or is she just a...
She has not been an enemy, unlike some of the other characters we have looked at so far. I actually have a suspicion that we may be seeing her, we don't know yet. There's the next part of this whole saga has yet to be released. I would expect to see that within the next year, but I have my theories. We'll see.
Is this a... With the two wolves thing, is this more literal in, like, a Jekyll Hyde kind of way, or is this more just, like, she's normally like this, but for certain people, she goes into yandere mode?
Yeah, a little bit. Less schizoid. I love that word. It's not like a literal split personality. Just maybe a little bit unhinged, unsteady, unstable. Unstable. Unsteady, that's a good word. Unstable in certain situations. Again, without giving you like massive plot spoilers, I don't want to say like why or what exactly, because that's not really the point of this whole discussion. But yeah, again, like I said, the apple cart was flipped with the skin. So that's chat, but thinking of any good code names here? Do we want to dive into that?
Yeah, I think we're...
Since I figure we want to get through at least maybe like the first 4
reaching
characters this stream. You know,
point for guessing.
We can't debate chat too long and be like, oh, here's the characters in the thumbnail, and we just don't get to them for 3 streams like last time.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah, I don't want to have to keep reusing the thumbnail. But,
so okay, chat. So here's what we'll do.
Getting now. It's unhinged in certain situations. So
I like it.
All right, let me make sure I'm not looking at chat.
Yeah, so go ahead and start dumping your here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna type them all down.
Yeah, that's right. That's how we were doing this. I was opening up name guesses.
Now for those of you who are giving the silly meme guesses. We've got a couple. I'm gonna get to like 8 or so. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hang on a second, chat. I'm typing very fast. Sanic speed. Hey, ooh, that's good. That's good selection. Is that 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I got 8 guesses.
All right, let's go.
I will send them. You know what I'm just going to do? I'm just going to send them to you
In
on the
Discord.
Discord channel,
Right.
and then you can simply copy and paste.
Okay, what do we got here? White Wolf, Giovanna, Spectre, Malice, Anatete, Lappland, Saluzzo, Greyhound. Let's see. I remember you saying Giovanna was a character's name. It just wasn't that character's name.
I did say that.
That
That
is
should
a,
not mean to imply that it is or is not this character's name.
but it is a
But there have been
possibility.
some guesses in the past where people have used other characters' code names. They're being very clever here.
Right.
So,
White Wolf, Spectre, Malice, Anatete, Lappland, Saluzzo, Greyhound. Hmm. She is black and white. Mixed together would be gray. White Wolf. Oh, are the creators Elric fans? Yes, at least one of them is.
they're
Giovanna,
pretty well versed in the animes.
Vector, Malice, Tomfoolery,
How about you smallify her left image slightly? That way it's visible on stream. Believe it or
I
not,
get
chat, it is possible to have too much Wolf Girl in the way, you know?
can I get a definition for a penitente?
I would guess that that's probably like something about penance or penitent.
All right, let's see. Lappland. Saluzzo.
Not scientifically possible. Okay, fair. Okay, but
Hmm.
like in the way of the you, they can block your view if there's too much. That's what I'm saying. He's eliminated in the chat.
The White Wolf. Okay. She's a black and white wolf. So she might be a greyhound. I don't think she's just a white wolf, though. I'm just gonna have to guess. I'm just gonna guess Giovanna for everybody until we get to Giovanna, and then you're just gonna never put Giovanna inside the folder.
I would do that.
Saluzzo. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. She is a wolf, not a hound. I guess I'm leaning towards the Italian sound of names for today. Giovanna. We already have a character named Penance. Saluzzo. I don't know enough Italian, but Saluzzo ends in an O, therefore masculine.
Hmm. One of two. Do you have a final answer?
Is this Giovanna?
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Okay. So, incorrect. It is not Giovanna. You have been tricked again.
Hmm.
This time by me. So, this is not Giovanna. This is, in fact, Miss Lappland Saluzzo. The code name is just Lappland, but yeah,
Hmm.
they threw the last name in there. So you would have been really close if you guessed that.
Hmm. It's funny because I eliminated Lapland early on because I was just like, I thought a Lapland was a type of dog. This is a wolf. I don't see the connection.
So she will commonly be just referred to as Lappy or Lapipi. It depends
Hmm.
on what circles you go in. Uh, Fun trivia fact. So her belt said 1911, right?
Yep.
Um, so she's seems to be based on the Newfoundland wolf, is at least what I've read. And the last known living example of that species was killed in 1911.
Hmm.
So I
That's a
that seems
good,
to be what the artist was going for.
it's a good deep
So
trivia cut right there.
so you might notice something interesting. Um, yeah, also Lapland is a region in Sweden or
Finland.
Finland. I think it's Finland.
Both.
Uh,
It's a
okay,
geographic
yeah.
region in northern Fennoscandia.
So that goes with like kind of like the white coloration and such.
Was
So
spelled
she's
with
based off of an extinct wolf.
spelled with two P's. It's a nature reserve in the Västmanland County, Sweden, and it's also the name
Google to
of
the
a
rescue.
Swedish naval ship. Oh, it's funny that it's like a grim year date because when I first looked at it, I was made me think of the Elric Brothers pocket watch.
I will confess I have not watched Full Metal Alchemist. I know somewhat about it, but it's on my to do list for someday.
Hmm. Brotherhood is the one to watch.
That's what I hear. But yeah, so Saluzzo is in fact a town in Italy. That is her family name. And what else do we know about the wolf people? What do they do over there?
Uh, well, we know there's a one of them is a judge, and that there's like the whole mafia war going on.
So we have Mafia Princess number 2.
Hmm.
So like I mentioned the other day, this is sort of the foil for Texas.
Okay.
They know each other. They have similar backgrounds. They're both the heiresses of mafia families, both based off of extinct wolves. So the devs were cooking here, and they do not get along at all. There's very much an antagonistic relationship for varying reasons. Mostly Texas tries to ignore her, and Lappy tries to cause problems. But again, it's a long story, and I don't want to spoil your enjoyment of it.
Hang on,
They are not friends. They have never been friends.
we're bringing Texas back for a minute. I want to see something here.
She's in the
Uh,
old previous stream artwork folder.
previous stream.
So there's a lot. There's a lot to talk about.
Texas.
Lappy here is a major character in one of the side stories, but yeah.
Yeah, they even got them like oppositely dressed here in these skins. Right here. Where's my cursor? Right. So she's got black outfit over white. She has a white jacket over black.
I feel like there's some intentional paralleling being done here.
She's got black and gray hair. She's got white and gray hair. Her sleeves are off. Her sleeves are on. Her coat is still in nice condition. Hers is all torn up.
They even both
Uh,
have dual swords.
yeah, she's got a tie. She lacks a tie. Yeah, she has a living wolf head. She has a skull. Pants, no pants.
So if I were to make another comparison for those of you cultured in the chat, you might say one of them is the Dante and one of them is the Virgil.
else we got going on here? Western
It's
swords.
a very common pairing.
Western swords versus Asian swords. And even the way the ears are drawn, like Texas has got these cute ears that stick up, and whereas Lappland's ears like stick out to the sides here.
Lappy's kind of got like a messed up hairstyle.
Yeah, hers is neatly done.
Texas is very clean and like well cared for.
Evil smile, no smile. Looks
I can see
happy,
the
but
Goku and
is
Vegeta as well. Also again the dichotomy, if you'll forgive me, having these two competing characters like this is a very common archetype, and here's Arknights' main example of that. There are others.
the artwork itself underpins the dichotomy.
Inherent in the meta narrative.
Oh wait, okay. And she's got buttons on both sides of her jacket, and she has no visible buttons on either side of her jacket.
And now he's reaching for detail chat. Let's let him do
Now
his thing.
we're diving in here. This is the Fire Emblem bit all over again.
Oh god, we're just looking at clothes. It's like, how can we put this on? You know.
We've got two buttons here, but only a single clasp here. What else? This is a more modest.
One hour in, we're on the first character still.
This is a more modest cut of jacket, whereas this here, if she were wearing nothing underneath it, this suggests a revealing cut on the white jacket.
A little hard to tell in Lappy's other skin. Her jacket is like she's just wearing like the hot shorts and like a sort of a what do you call that? Like a short shirt thing. I don't wear girl clothes. So if Lappy were to not have her jacket on, she wouldn't be wearing a whole lot. Let's put it that way.
And here the sleeves are cuffed here with fingerless gloves. The arms are bare here with finger gloves.
Canonically, we have no example of Lappy wearing pants. That brings up a great example, or a great point.
Never let them force you to wear pants. Oh, what else? Oh man, I could go on. She's got a collar here. She has just the collar of her jacket. Whereas here, the collar of the jacket is minimal or absent, but she's got like the high collar of her shirt. What else? No, this doesn't look like the same. Is this the same artist?
These, oh shoot, I think they actually might be. I think they are.
If they're not the
Let me
same
double check
artist,
on that.
one artist clearly like set out to make her like the opposite of Texas, visually speaking.
I'm pretty sure it's the same artist. I think it's all high too, but I don't. Yeah, no, they're all same artist.
Okay,
correct. It's high.
Yeah,
too.
all right. So it's all.
I had to double check that. I forgot.
This is all like super deliberate then, but I like that it's super deliberate, but it's still subtle. Like you don't. I didn't think to like pull up Texas and compare them until you told me she was like Texas's rival. And then I was like, okay, let's see if we can spot the visual differences because now that I know that information.
Of the artwork, also, this Texas here is much more recent. Lappy comes from the game's launch, so you can also see the level of detail has increased
tremendously.
So, like I said, if we see Lappy in another form, I think we could expect a similar treatment. I personally think that's very likely at some point in the future, but we'll just have to wait and see. Her story beats are unresolved.
Wait,
they like to do that.
Let me find the earlier Texas art then.
So a fun little comparison as well. This artist also did Exu, who we looked at earlier, and Fiametta.
Oh, I can tell he did Fiametta from the way he drew the like tattered up jacket here. Is this similar era Texas art then?
Yeah, they came out at the same time.
Okay.
Both launch.
So even the launch art, he's still doing it even in the launch art. Right, so she's got super pale skin. She practically looks tan. by comparison. And then she's got a super long jacket with long sleeves, whereas Texas just has this little cowl. But then Texas actually has clothing on underneath, where she does not. She's just got her bare legs here, whereas Texas has got stockings on. And then in this artwork as well,
Dichotomy.
we've got 2 swords for her, 1 sword for Texas. And
Yeah, I elected not to include any of the voice performances since we're focusing mostly just on the art. That would give a lot of detail away if you heard what the character sounded like. Like, it would have spoiled Lappy immediately because it sounds insane.
Okay. This is what the voice sounds like, not this.
Yeah, it sounds more like the right.
Well, I like that the artist was contrasting them even from the beginning then.
That leads me further evidence for my thesis, my theory that they had a lot of this stuff really well planned out before they even published the game. So it just makes too much sense.
And even in this though, like it's like you have to know that you're looking for it before it starts popping out consciously.
Yeah.
I think like it's not like they were just like, oh, how about we make Texas blue and Lappy red, and people will see them and be like, oh, they're opposites.
I think that's maybe I would posit this thought that actually there's a subtlety to it, and so you can look at it a second time after you know more about the characters and be like, oh, I see what they're doing here, right? So you look at them at first glance, you don't know who these animes are, right? You're like, oh, you know, they're what they are, right? But the designs, a lot of them become more interesting as you know more about what's going on.
All the small details start to mean more. All right, let's.
So yeah, there's character number 1, chat. What are we at? 68 minutes. Not bad. We are actually beating our record last time.
We're gonna send Texas away here before she derails us further.
Bye, Texas. We can't look at you anymore. You're too interesting. Yeah, get her out of here.
Ooh.
Gabagoo.
Ooh. Hello there.
This is yeah, Wolf Girl number 2.
All right. Should I go to the other skin?
So, yeah, bring up the second one as well. So I told you this is going to be the Wolf Girl episode. We're going to try to finish out a lot of them, and there's still more to come, but we're, you know, I can't show too much favoritism. I might have a favorite type, chat. I don't know.
It is a favorite type I share.
Shh. Don't dox me. I'm not biased. I am not biased at all. Perish the thought.
All right. I like Aria.
Wolf Girl number 2.
I like Aria, Wolf Girl.
Aria. Oh, you mean like the sporting goods store?
Yeah.
Hey, Dakota, don't. If we're fast enough, maybe we'll get there. We'll see.
All right. Let's see. Oh, this is such a fun design. This is such a good contrast to
this
Lappland.
Design. This is so again. I focused on some of the more interesting ones. I thought you'd appreciate this.
Because it's like this is largely doesn't look like a big streetwear design. Like, yes, you've got like these cool leggings with like the cargo leggings.
Would you say there's an air of practicality?
Indeed, you got the steel-toed boots, you got the cargo leggings, and then even like yes, pockets, lots of good pockets.
This girl means business.
Lots of room for all the extra knives you might need. And then she's got like a crossbody satchel here with the word fist on it. Does that say Red Project? Or is it Project Red?
Project Red, I think is what that reads.
So fluffy. I just love
So
how
again, chat,
they're like hiding
keep
her
working on your
ear.
code name guesses.
They're hiding one of the ears in there, and then it looks like she's got like a gas mask or something around her throat there.
Yeah, it's like a breather, rebreather kind of thing. So
I
again,
also just like how
practicality.
they gave her like this little like sort of dress thing underneath everything. Oh, the color palette's great too. Just like all like this kind of like it's like a warm red, but everything else is like cool grays and charcoals. So like you like it's flashy and it stands out, but you also can feel like the temperature of the environment that she's wearing that in.
So you probably guessed she's a wolf girl by this point,
Yeah, there might have been a few things that gave it away.
and you probably know where they're all from at this point.
Yeah. It's the Wolf Girl episode.
Me,
She's a wolf girl. She's from Italy. She likes to climb in the mountains.
well, she's
Yeah.
definitely a little bit of an outdoors type. Climbing again, not cliff art, so
Mm.
she has, maybe you could tell by her gear, there might be a little more of a focus to her work.
Let's see. Yeah, she looks like she's a bit of a troubleshooter, out of court settlement type.
That would be correct.
Let's see what the other letters on her outfit are. All right. Yeller or Year. I-E-I-I-E-R, or some of those are L's, and it says Leller
I'm
or
not entirely sure
Yeller.
what that's supposed to be saying.
Okay. That says fist, even though it's her backpack and not her fist. And then it looks like her hood. Oh yeah, red project. She's got the little red ribbon tied around the bag as well. I love all of these pockets.
It's just knives everywhere.
It looks like they're all the same type of knife, so she's not like other. That lends itself to it being a practical thing versus like having a weird obsession with knives thing, where like every knife is a different knife that she like
Yeah.
took from somebody or something. Like it's just like, no, I just need lots of these knives because
The first one kind of gives me the
I
vibe of
throw
like,
lots of knives.
yeah. Did you ever play RE4?
No, I think the only Ari I've played was a bit of 5.
There's a little bit of like, what are you buying, stranger? You know, going on there for those of you in the know. But
Kid want to buy a knife. Just got a bunch of the same knife drop shipped to her. Now she's trying to resell them.
so what do you think she does professionally? I guess you kind of already guessed that. Bit of a wet works type of girl.
Yeah, but I'd say
She plugs leaks,
bit of
both literal and metaphorical.
outdoorsy wet works versus like jumping around on rooftops wet works.
Well, there's some of that too. This is anime land, of course.
Mm.
People have somewhat unusually high physical abilities compared to real life.
I meant more of like the environment she operates in.
Oh, yeah. Again, a little bit of both.
Also, I like that a wolf girl has a little Red Riding Hood.
I was wondering when you're gonna mention that. Yeah, she's the girl, but also the wolf. Hey,
Did the wolf eat Red Riding Hood, or did Red Riding Hood eat the wolf?
there are two wolves inside. I'm sorry.
There are two wolves inside of you. One of them is trying to kill Little Red Riding Hood, who is also somehow inside of you. One of the wolves is actually disguised as a grandmother.
It's funny you mentioned that. There is a grandma to this character. I won't say any more.
Okay.
There is a grandma. They were very deliberate with the Red Riding Hood
Imagery.
Yes.
Hmm.
We have yet to meet Grandma. I'll just put it that way.
Well, hang on. We talked about Granny in the first stream.
That's a different kind of grandma. One of them's the friendly horse cop girl, you know, friends with anybody. The other type of grandma is maybe a little bit more malevolent.
These boots
Um,
also make her look kind of like a courier. Like she runs around delivering messages, and sometimes the message is "you die."
I think it's more the latter.
Personal reasons, you will be passing away now. Yeah, it reminds me of Did you ever read City of Ember?
That sounds familiar, but I don't think I have.
There was a pretty alright movie version made of it, probably like 10 years ago at this point. But the one of the main characters' jobs that she gets assigned in the city is messenger because they don't have telephones or telegrams or anything. So she literally just like stands in a box on the street corner waiting for someone to bring her a message to deliver to somebody else.
I will give you this tidbit. We will be seeing a messenger later. But not quite this character.
Oh, I like the little row of little snaps along the outside of the jacket too. That's a nice touch.
So,
I just
personality, what are you getting?
I like this jacket. Okay, personality. She seems aloof and not very social.
That would be correct.
Like she's practically like being swallowed by her own hood here, and like half of her head is completely concealed. And then this face here as well does not look like the face of "Hello, come be my friend." Like it's still a very
You could
serious,
surmise she does not have many friends.
serious business-like face. Man, I'm assuming the with the evil grandmother Red Riding Hood backstory as well. Um, there's there's probably some tragedy in the backstory, especially if
Sort
they
of.
keep with like the lives all alone in the woods sort of thing as well. Like,
So a lot of it's still unclear, but again, I feel like that's something we'll be seeing sometime in the
hmm,
future. Same thing with Lappy. I believe this character has a lot of future story coming to us sometime soon, but we'll have to just wait and see.
okay, I just realized
They
this.
like to do the hinting at character having a lot of stuff coming up kind of thing a lot in this game, and well, it's paid off many times, so we know that they've been cooking. Um, so it's just a matter of time. So sometimes you know how these games work. Even though it's been out for 4 years, there's always more to get to.
Okay,
Um,
I realize who this reminds me of now. This is
who's
gonna
that?
sound Little Red Riding Hood, but uh, have you ever seen the Stephen Sondheim musical Into the Woods?
Oh, I feel like I watched that in like middle school. That
This
I think I've seen it. I just don't remember it.
this reminds me of the Act 2 version of Little Red Riding Hood after she has killed the wolf and skinned him and is now wearing his pelt around
True. I agree.
and threatens people with the knife that she used to kill the wolf.
Ruby, but with daggers, perhaps. Except better written. Um,
Well,
anyways, sorry. There's a hot take for you today.
well, and Ruby is uh, now I guess Ruby is also a aloof character type. She's cheerful, but she's also like I like meeting weapons more than I like meeting people.
I personally just ignore anything that happens after season one. I don't think it exists. But anyways, before I derail us on that tangent,
Hmm.
okay, what do you think she does gameplay wise? Like, if you had to say, if I use this character, what does she do?
I would hope that I get to throw a bunch of knives at everything and then move her very rapidly.
So moving very rapidly, correct. Throwing knives, not so much. She's a little bit more of a stabber than a thrower.
Hmm.
Although I would imagine there is some throwing going on.
So send her out, hit something, and then she runs away before they can counterattack.
Yep.
So she's like practically a ranged fighter as long as you still have clean tiles to keep bouncing her around between.
I mean, she technically does melee damage, but yeah, she falls into the same category of fast redeploy.
Mm.
So yeah, without information overload, you're correct. She's very much got a hit and run kind of style. Come in there, stab a few dudes, leave.
Repeat until you run out of non-deployable tiles.
Yeah, she's very mobile. Again, CJ brings up a good point. Something that's not mentioned, it's not represented in game, but it's mentioned, is she's actually able to walk on walls. And like not in a metaphor, she literally can like walk on walls. So her mobility is a little bit supernatural.
That's neat.
Which helps with some of the types of work that she would be up to.
Sorry, I'm just very distracted by this jacket. I want to try this jacket on. It looks
I would wear that jacket.
Comfy.
I would absolutely wear that jacket. We could add another category to the thing is like wearability. Would you wear these clothes if you could? Right?
Looks so comfy. So I've got a surplus Polish army winter jacket. And the European sizing is like so hard to figure out when you're ordering on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like European sizing's interesting because like half the time it's smaller than US sizing, but then like actually speaking of Poland, because that's where all my HEMA gear comes from, like right in like typical European sizing, like I have to go sizes up. And then in like Polish sizing, I have to go sizes down from what I expect because they're like, oh no, like our large is based off of like some burly dude that came down from the mountains. So you're actually a medium on our size chart.
That's funny.
So anyway, I got a size like probably one size too large for this jacket, which means I could actually like wear it over like kit or something, which is kind of neat. But when I actually just like wear it with normal clothing, like I'm not swimming in it, but it is like bulky, and I feel like I'm sinking into the thing like this.
But you're not cold.
I am not cold. That is a super warm jacket.
So do you think you have enough to do a code name guess?
I can feel how that jacket feels. Like I can imagine putting that on and feeling like the actual like goose down lining inside of it.
They do have cold winters there, so.
Mm-hmm. All right, this artist wins all the awards. I can literally like imagine how that jacket feels putting it on, and now I just want to curl up in it, go to sleep.
Yeah, this artist has not done a ton of characters.
So and like being able to do stuff here too, like the Project Red stuff on the side of the hood there. Like he makes that look so good with like the folds in the hood and the way the letters are like properly shaded and bending to follow the folds in the hood.
Graphic design is my passion, right?
And it's got the cool black stripe down the middle. Yeah. Sorry, where were we?
I think that's something kind of neat because like her first art, she's like looking at the camera or point of view, so to speak. Second one, her posture, she's turned around, she's looking back over her shoulder, so it's like good opportunity for the artist to show like the differences between the front and the back. Like a lot of people wouldn't do this, right?
Yeah, they're like, I draw her this way.
Like, let me totally change the character's posture like 180 degrees, almost.
Yeah, there's no fear of like, oh, I draw the character this way so that I don't have to draw the back of the jacket because I'm terrible at drawing the back of jackets.
They just went in for it.
I only draw horses standing in tall grassy fields. Yeah, and like the leg posing, like this is a super dynamic looking leg posing as well. Like that, like I hope this artist does more because that wolf looks badass.
There's a couple other ones. I think the artist goes by the name of Toki, if I'm correct. Chat, let me know if I got that right.
Yeah, that's some great composition right there. You win the good composition award. Hmm.
So we have two options here. She does have a skin. Infukun? Okay, I was wrong. Who does Toki draw? There's so many artists in this game, chat. I forgive me if I get them wrong. This is why we have the chat, right? So we can look at her second outfit, or we can do the code name guess first. I don't think it'll change your opinion much, but
Let's
it's
see
up
the
to you.
second outfit then.
The second outfit, okay.
Aww.
So even strange characters like this can still go to the beach.
I like the 3 knives stabbed into the fish. That's
Uh,
a nice touch.
she fillets her own fish, I guess we should say.
Mm. Well, now I'm getting like Asuka vibes from the giant, like the way the hood's drawn there.
I think this might give you a bit of personality inside as well. Is like even when she wears a swimsuit, she still has like this jacket on and a hood up.
Hmm. It's a cool hood.
Don't worry, chat. We've got some of the chibis in the other folder. We'll take a look at them later.
Ah, the good old Immunimahum. They make all of my favorite umbrellas.
And Woman is a very like reputable band. She's got ear zippers, by the way. Yeah, thank you, chat. Just
That's adorable.
that detail in the hood is just great. Because imagine you're in a world where like most of the population either has ears or like weird horns, right?
Hmm.
The clothing must adapt.
But if it's raining, she can pull her ears in and zip it up.
Yep, she can keep her ears from getting wet.
Oh, that's so cute. I love the shade of red that the artist picks out as well.
She got like a little fish pin on her jacket.
Hmm. Got the
And
red.
notice the
Wait,
fishing rods laying all over the place.
you call this a red beach ball, even though it's clearly orange.
Yes. I mean, sorry, I was about to turn to steamed hams chat. We stopped ourselves.
Going fishing.
Whew, that was close.
Oh, that was wonderful.
Yeah, Seymour, I should be getting. Oh, good lord, what is happening in there?
Hang on, is the Inman of Him logo a triangular cutout of someone wearing a bikini? Or am I just reading too much into the Rorschach plot?
It does look a little bit like it. But yeah, I could see that. I don't think you're totally crazy.
It could also be a triangle man with an open-mouthed grin.
I think that's bikini.
I like how they have the umbrella too, so that like not only does she have her hood up, like she's already in the shade. So like having the hood up with the visor is basically like really like a personality tell versus like it's sunny out, I need to protect my eyes.
Would you get the vibe perhaps that she was drugged to the beach rather than volunteered to go to the beach?
Fine,
that's what I always thought.
I'll go fishing. It's not like I'll enjoy it.
Yeah. Bucket.
And then they take her there, and then they find out she's actually, in fact, an avid fisher and has like 3 different fishing rods that she pretends not to notice them noticing. Yes. Just like, no, I don't want to go fishing. I don't want to go fishing. All right, I'll go fishing. Don't ask me why I have all of these rods and this cooler and 3 knives.
Secretly, she's really just there for the tan, you know. She's a bit pale, after all. Remember, chat, even Italians go to the beach. Note, this is a joke. Italy has beaches.
I hear Anzio's nice.
But yeah, so I hope people have been cooking up their I hate that I say that so much, Zoomers. I hope people have been cooking up their fake code names here, so I guess hold those for a second. We may be getting that in a moment. If you're ready, Miliardo.
Let me just cover up chat here. Also, this is one of my new favorite characters.
See, I was suspecting his favorites would probably change somewhat as we expanded the roster. Since there's, yeah, I thought long and hard about this, chat. Like, what characters do you want to look at this time? What's the order? Like, what am I doing? And we were discussing a little bit when I was streaming my own channel, and I was getting some input there. I was talking with some other friends. It's like, who should we do? And this was one of the ones that came up. So, all right, chat, you may fire when ready. Show us your fake code names for this character, and have a chance to earn your place on the Wall of Fame.
Also, after this character, let's jump ahead to the thumbnail characters so I can keep the
Oh,
thumbnails fresh.
luckily for you, the next two are the thumbnail characters. So,
all right, excellent.
So don't worry. I put it that way intentionally.
We're making better time now. It's only 11:32.
All right.
I need to remember to read chat in between the name guesses so I can actually see what chat's
4,
saying.
5, 6, 7, 8. That's actually 9 code names. So, all right. We're gonna cut it there. Some good suggestions, chat. My personal apologies if I don't pick yours. I'm trying to trim it down so he's not guessing for 20 minutes. So, all right, into the Discord it goes. I hope you are ready. That looks good. Okay. Bring them up. Actually, it might be helpful if you move her to the side slightly so we can see. It's totally going off the bottom of the screen.
All right. Project Red, Wolf, Red Moon, Bloodhound, Sweep, Langshan, Dagger, Crown Slayer, Sweep. Wait.
Oh shit! I put it in twice. My bad. Sorry,
twice.
Like 3 of you suggested that. Ignore that. Okay, you can delete one of the sweeps. That's a dupe. My bad. I can't read.
All right. Project Red. Would she actually just have her name on the side of her head?
It both has and has not happened before. So I don't think you should use precedent as something to guess from. They try to trick you in this game sometimes.
Project Red, Wolf, Midnight Speak, Red Moon, Bloodhound, Langshan, Dagger, Crown Slayer, Langshan. Can I get a definition for Langshan?
Langshan is a mythological Chinese wolf god.
Yeah. Dagger, Crown Slayer. Is there someone in chat that's just going to write something hound for every one of these? Is this the same person who suggested greyhounds?
I have to go check, but it's, you know.
Red Moon. I don't see any moon-themed stuff. Little Red Riding Hood.
Perhaps the implication would be wolves howl at the moon. I don't know.
Crown Slayer. I would need to know more about the backstory to make a good guess at that, but Dagger, she does have a lot of those. Langshan. It's red. Good Wolf, Langshan, Dagger. My gut's saying Langshan because I feel like this is another one of those things where you're going to be like, oh, there's actually this Chinese wolf that the Chinese made extinct or something, and it died at the same time as the Yellow River Dolphin or something. Should have studied my extinct and obscure wolf species before this stream.
How dare you not be prepared?
I really like Wolf with a 0, but I don't think that's her name, but I like that. Langshan, Dagger.
So we're down to 4, chat. What do you think he's going to pick? The tension
And
is palpable.
there really is no no precedent with this game. Like any
They
one
do
of
whatever
it,
they want.
I could believe any one of these.
And I could have put in like Becky, and it would have been like a perfectly valid guess, except she's Italian, so it would have been like Beckina. I don't know. Do they have Becky in Italian, chat? Is that a thing?
What would Rebecca be in Italian?
Watch it just be Rebecca. By the way, that is not her name, but I just,
All right. It's written on her hoodie. What does it mean?
Are they debating you? That's you're in this life and death struggle with the artist, and it's like, are they trying to trick me or not? Right? Because you just can't tell with this game because they'll
Joke's
do both.
on me.
They will do both.
Her name is Fist. Jack's Red. Wolf. Dagger. No one else has had Elite Speak name yet, but that doesn't mean anything. Alright, it's gotta be one of these three. It's either like
we're down to 3.
It's either like an extinct Chinese wolf, the name that's literally on her clothing, or wolf, because I get that sort of vibe.
Should I start the timer? Don't want to pressure you. Do you want to be pressured?
Big red wolf like should I gotta go with the now like the in-game. If I imagine this character show up, what name makes sense to appear by their text box? I'm gonna go with Langshan.
Is that your final answer?
It is.
All right, chat. Drum roll, please. All right. You have been bamboozled once again.
Is her name
You should have gone with your
Red?
gut. It's Project Red. Langshan, credit to Martel in absentia. He's actually had a pretty. I think he knows you too well, so he knows how to trick you.
He's also someone who I would not be surprised knows. I should have remembered he submitted things ahead of time.
He did.
I was like Langshan. That's so obscure. Like, what are not to insult chat, but I was like, what are the odds that like someone's been sitting on that knowledge for just this moment?
It's not outside the realm of possibility. I did like Sweep. That would be a good guess as well. Thank you, chat. Red Rider. I feel bad for not putting that one in there. I should have put Red Rider in. That would have been maybe just like enough bait. So it is welcome Miss Project Red, whose real name we do not know. She might not have one actually.
I like whoever submitted W0LF.
That was me.
That was okay. You and Martel know me way too well.
I was like, I'm sitting here. Okay, chat. Imagine me. I'm like sitting at work. I'm lurking in my basement. I'm like rubbing my hands together. I'm like, how can I trick Miliardo? Yes. Push my glasses up. It's like, yes. Who will fall for this? That's kind of what the vibe I was going for when I was like, okay, because here's your little spoiler. There are some characters with elite speak names in this game, so it's not impossible.
What does it say that I narrowed it down to the real name and then the fake name from you and the fake name from Martel?
You've got an eye for detail. I think having the name on the hood maybe gave some credence to that. Most of the time, she's just called Red. I call her Redo, but people have nicknames for her. Yeah, so she's the Wetworks girl. She plugs intelligence leaks, and not one for showing mercy. I think I should put it that way. She's sort of indirectly, but also directly wrapped up in some of the business that involves Miss Texas and Miss Lappland. So expect more to come.
Is she, and we don't know her ties to any of the crime families yet then? But is her
As
is it
far as I know, she does not personally have any ties to any of the crime families. She kind of is in the game, but not from that perspective. Um, Again, we just don't know yet until they release the next event in this storyline. But yeah, we see a little bit of her in some other places. Add Tail Hunter. If we were doing mean names, sure, but she does have a bit of an obsession with tails. Also, she's 100% completely autistic.
like claiming them as trophies, like
She
cutting?
just wants to touch them.
Oh,
I think it's like, here's one of our like broken children characters, right? Even though she's a little older now. Um, yeah, we'll talk about that more in a bit. But she had an interesting upbringing, from what we can tell, and there's a lot of mystery going on. But she's not messed up in the same way that Lappy is, but she's still a little bit messed up. Again, without going into like major plot spoilers, I won't say,
hmm.
but expect more from Redo here. I think you can also surmise from the name that Hypergriff are big fans of CD Projekt Red. They think The Witcher is super cool.
It
So yeah,
just we'll just name her after that.
yes, and there are other Witcher references going on.
Hmm.
Um, the other Wolf Girls are deathly afraid of Redo here. They just get like major sour vibes,
Hmm.
and they like actively avoid her.
I was gonna say if the player doesn't know much about her, like does anyone else in game like know but isn't telling, or is she more like just this mysterious character that shows up, kills a lot
It's a
of
bit of
people, and
both. She's known to certain characters. There's like different groups, right? Some of the characters know a little bit about her. Some characters don't know anything about her, and they're like scared to death of her. And so you'd have to read the individual biographies to pick up some of these details.
hmm.
She does not pass the Wolf Girl vibe check. This is true. Lappy is scared of her and wants to fight her at the same time.
Hmm.
This is directly and explicitly pointed out in I think it's either Lappy or Red's bio. I forget which one, but that is noted that Lappy has her fight or flight instinct active. For the most part, I think Texas just avoids her.
That's that. Sorry. Um, so I like that detail because I like that as a I like when people use that as a character development slash character exposition tool where you learn things about a character based off of the reactions to that character by other characters that you know about. So
There's a lot of that in this game.
just by telling me that Lappland's, who we've just seen, uh, who looks quite capable and a little insane, and then you're like, oh no, by the way, she's scared of this person.
It's an unresolved plot point, but I expect they'll be meeting soon. So another fact about Redo here, like when I said she was a leak plugger, that's both literal and metaphorical. Um, so for the organization she belongs to, she's basically counterintelligence, and she silences problems before they happen. So if you might be somebody who's a bit sus, you can expect a bump in the night from the big bad wolf,
Mm.
and you're probably not going to survive. So she is a killer. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, that they really
How could
sell it
somebody
here with
so
the
cute be a murderer? Well,
they really sell it here with
welcome to
the
Arknights.
this skin where it's like, oh look, she's like hiding in the shade and she's all cute and also she stabbed this fish 3 times. There's your character information hidden right there. Right.
Yeah.
I've got a step away for just a minute to check on something.
Alrighty. Well, then
We'll
I'll
be
entertain chat.
here.
Hi, chat.
We'll tease chat with the next.
Okay, chat. Do you want? Oh, just do the one. Just do the one. Don't do two yet.
Okay. We'll be right back.
So remember, chat. Don't spoil anything. But yes, hello, chat. Do you want me to play you a little tune? Who wants to hear some music? Let's do some music. Hang on. Is this even picking up on Discord? Hang on. Okay, my microphone does not like my ocarina, so I'm just gonna put that away. I thought it was gonna be a funny joke, and I look at it and it's like getting random dudes. You're gonna have to wait till next time for my concerto solo. I think the high pitch with the gate I have on the microphone isn't really coming through, but that's fine. Yes, haha, ex-wife. Shh. Don't tell him anything, chat. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. But yes. Man, that was gonna be a really funny bit too. I was gonna like play really badly and then play good and stuff, but oh well. We'll save it for next time. How's everybody enjoying Silverzine? I thought it was a great time. I had a lot of fun. I still need to start in the EX stages. I haven't touched that yet. I'm waiting for Harold to just make me a new asshole on EX8. So it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. Don't forget to bring your Nightingale. Don't be stupid. Bring Nightingale and just don't die. Okay. So I did the first stage and I was like, how do these things work? I'm like looking at these like the heaters and I'm like, I don't even know what this does. I haven't had to care yet. Everything's too weak until you get to the EX stages. And then I got to Harold and I'm like, oh god, this is what I have to do. I didn't keep the things. I only passed EX8 because I just kept throwing Texas at him. I know, skill issue. But no, I know what the heaters do now. I just didn't know that at the time, and so I did the stage, and then I was like, oh. And then I did read it. I was like, why is this relevant? Right? Okay, now I know. My two brain cells are now rubbing together at extremely high speeds. But since the sanity potions, of course, expire at the end of the day, I'm going to try to knock out EX8 today. I'm just going to do all of them. But yeah. That's the plan. I should have just brought Rita. That would have solved it, because she'll just keep the other heater lit. She has the range, but I just didn't think about it. And I was like, oh, I finished. I actually beat the stage in the first try. I was like, oh my god, what happened? Because I was still bringing like the meme comp. I'm like, yes, let me bring this assortment of 4 and 5 stars. I'm like, how did this work? I should have lost. Like Frostleaf was there. I know that's basically like a make me worse pick. You know. Try to stack. Stacking res is the way to do. Is the way to do it. I hear. But Abyssal Hunters. Yeah, you could bring the Abyssal Exodia. They'd always do it. I'm sure somebody solo the stage. It's a fun time, but yeah, EX stages today for me. So I have streamed those in the past. I just don't think I feel like doing that. I've got enough other stuff to do today. I need to finish Elden Ring first, so I should be careful before I say I'm gonna stream this, right?
Yeah, how's the Elden Ring DLC?
Oh, it's a blast. I killed the centipede lady. So I did make a promise to a friend that I would get to Descent Free Space soon. So I have to finish Elden Ring before I do anything else, even though I really also want to play DMC5. Life's hard when there's too many good games. We'll see. I could try to be cute and like do all the EX stages one of these days this week. But I don't know. I haven't decided if I want to do that yet. Because then everybody can see how bad of a player I actually am. It's like, Texas, save me! Reed! Just throw her at it. That tends to be my solution for a lot of things. But, yes, chat member, I'll be doing Free Space eventually. Just not until I finish Elden Ring. Okay, so, anyways, this lady. I elected not to include any of her other outfits. Because, spoilers.
Okay.
She keeps getting bigger. Oh my god. So this is a bit of an interesting character. I'll tell you this outright. She is one of the main characters. So get your fake names ready, chat.
All right, let's see here.
So there's a lot going
She's
on
a
here. Um,
she's a well, wait. Let's check the tail. Oh, it is obscured by a lab coat.
so she's a woman of science, perhaps.
All right, I'm still getting well. The ears look like wolf girl ears, which would imply Italian. However, she's got Cyrillic on her medic armband here.
I think you would be
Right
safe in
there.
guessing she is not Italian.
Is this the Steppenwolf from the Russian steppe? I also noticed she's got some kind of rocks or gems embedded in her shoulder.
Where have we seen that before?
You had some on Lappland, and then you also had some on Cliffheart.
He's learning, chat.
What does it mean? What does it all
I'll say
mean?
this: it's significant, but I've directly omitted certain details, so
Okay.
it
She's
shouldn't change
also.
your.
I feel
It's
like
just an
this.
extra story detail.
I feel like this is also significant somehow.
With a little necklace.
Yeah. And then we have the stethoscope. All right, so we have a proper doctor here.
Actual doctor. That's, by the way, that is Russian for medic.
Hmm. And then I like the. Oh, that's cool. So she's got like the lab coat. It's got, pockets and stuff. Whatnot, sleeves that are pulled back to make surgery easier. But then she's got this like almost like slick, semi-transparent looking dress. It's very like
Welcome to the world of plastic.
Blade Runner-y. Yeah, that's a very Blade Runner sort of outfit. Shoot, even the boots have it. And she's got either a Fitbit or a GPS on her ankle there.
Some nice high heels.
Needle with something. And then that ring looks like it's kind of like the same that same sort of accessory that all of the Silver Ashes had.
Good eye.
And this is one of the main characters.
Yes.
What the bigger picture now? I like the relative simplicity of the design. Like in this
She's
case, I
also got a
feel
rather interesting expression. Yeah.
in this case I like that there's not like a ton of details to get lost in. Like it's like no, here's like she's got like a cool Blade Runner streetwear dress, but then she's wearing this medic overcoat over it. But then the way they design the whole thing, it also looks kind of like that design of like the kimono that's sort of like falling half open. So she's got like the shoulders popping up above everything. And then the way the jacket's cut also is neat looking.
Fashion standards in this game can sometimes be a bit interesting.
Hmm.
Like, if you were to wear this in real life, this would look somewhat on the revealing side.
Yeah, but the
But I
way that
don't think that's unintended detail.
no, not the way she. So this is where like posing of a character comes in, right? It's like you could draw this at an angle or at a posing that like shows how revealing it is. But the way they've drawn her stance here, like that's not the vibe they're going for.
It's like a no nonsense, serious sort of
But
look coming
yeah,
out of her.
she's got a syringe right there that she's not afraid to use. Yeah.
There's you may, and I'll give you a little hint here. There was another character we looked at that had a similar thing with the plastic going on. She reminds you of someone. They may shop at the same wardrobe store.
Hmm. With the plastic?
And the see-through stuff.
I would have to click back through the slideshow.
It's from a previous stream.
Stream artwork.
Almost looks to me like she's got like an earpiece in. It's a little hard to tell.
Oh, Jessica?
Not Jessica, but good guess. It's actually Blaze. They do have some connection.
Um, uh, I'm not really seeing the plastic thing with Blaze, though. I can see the same artist worked on these, though.
Blaze has a bit of she has the same plastic skirt thing going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit of that. I like how that artist draws the eyes.
They've got a piercing look to them, don't they?
Hmm. Yeah, that adds to the. Yeah, actually, let's zoom in and see how he does that. Enhance this further.
Peter and Hans.
All right, so Wolf Girl, not Italian, Russian Wolf Girl.
Okay, so he's going for that. I won't tell you if you're right or not until we actually guess.
Or
I'll give you. Let me say. I'll give you a second.
At least somewhere in the former Soviet Union. Or at least she works for an organization that is. But I don't know. She's drawn differently enough from the other Wolf Girls that I could believe she's a different from a different area of the world. Her tail is not even long and fluffy enough to be visible here, unless it's hiding behind her coat.
I mean, not having a long and fluffy tail automatically disqualifies you from Wolf Girl status. I think that's a prerequisite, personally.
Mm.
But yeah.
Maybe she just keeps it like bobbed up or something.
I view fluffy as a synonym, personally. Or maybe a prerequisite.
Her accessories neat. Yeah, I like how he draws the eyes. He's got the like the way he's drawn this too, like trying to draw a character looking straight at the viewer can be tough because if you like humans are so good at like reading facial expressions and eye movement that like if you mess it up, it's like immediately obvious. There's like
What do you think it would be like if you talked to her? Like, what kind of vibes do you think? How do you think she'd respond? If you just said hi.
I'm getting yeah, I'm getting the no nonsense approach of like the it's not going to be like hi, hello, let's start chatting and making lots of small talk. It's like
So not a granny, in other words.
no, this is more like hello. Yes, do you need something? Or yes, what are you doing here? I have lots of important things to do.
And this is one where I think the artist did a very good job in portraying that.
I mean, shoot, even just her look here is basically like, no, don't say hi. Do you see the syringe? I have things
If you had to guess her age, what do you think it would
I'm
be?
doing right now. Um,
Like older, or younger? That's kind of just what I'm thinking.
oh,
Do you think she's
okay.
older or younger?
We'll go, well, the stance and the expression and the qualifications, I'll say older. There is something sort of youthful about the way he draws like the shape of her face. And I think because he's using like the light colors, like let me put it this way. Where is it? Let's try isolating. Okay, so now you can't tell she's a medic. See, from here up, now she looks like she could be like some kind of like younger lady partying in the club. And then it's
Right.
like qualifications. I'm older. I'm a doctor.
He's like, here's my PhD. Also, talk to my secretary. You know, that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I don't want to say Karen, but maybe Karen adjacent.
Um. Well, no, because Karen's the one that she's telling to talk to her secretary. I don't get the Karen vibe. I get the
That's the
like,
wrong choice of word then.
uh, so like it's not like the Rei Ayanami vibe where it's like she doesn't want to talk to you because she's bad. Like she's not bad at social interaction. She's just
You're,
busy and
you're just not
serious.
important enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm sure there are people that she is friendly and social with, but you, the
I'll tell you this,
player,
you're definitely picking up on a vibe. She doesn't have a whole lot of patience to deal with people that are not important to her goals, I should say. Like, she's got ideas, she's got plans, she's going to get them done. And, yeah.
yeah, she's
So
got
have you
the road
decided
cone,
on... Oh,
the
sorry, go
road,
ahead.
the road cone vision. Like when she looks out at the vast sea of humanity, she sees like the people that are important to her, and then just a bunch of road cones.
She just filters everybody out, yeah. So, you're kind of waffling on the animal type a little bit. Are you getting a vibe one way or another? I'm just interested.
Hmm.
Because you were saying wolf girl, but you didn't sound super sure.
Well, the ears could also be cat ears. The problem
We
is,
know there are cat girls, so
I don't see any tail, which makes it a little harder to gauge. Um, I suppose. Hmm. The personality type fits a cat much better.
hmm. Is that your final answer?
Do we have any other clues here? You know what? Due to the lack of floof, there's a terminal lack of floof with this patient. I'm gonna
This is
go with
true.
cat girl,
She is in fact a cat girl. What kind of cats don't have tails? Do you know? This is just
bobcats,
animal. Bobcats. What else?
lynx.
Lynx. This is a lynx, or lynx girl, so to speak. Lynx lady, so to speak. Yeah. So also welcome to the founder's first OC. She's existed since at least 2015.
Hmm.
So she's gone through some revisions, but here she is. So yeah, we got ourselves a Lynx girl. She's a doctor. You've pretty much got her personality down in a lot of ways. As to where she's from, interesting guesses. She does have connections to the Russians, so you're not wrong.
The lynx is a North American animal, though.
Yeah, things are a bit fluid.
Okay.
So she's older than she looks. Not like 3,000-year-old Dragon Lolly old, but she's older than she looks. And she is a plot significant character. You will be seeing a lot of her. Maybe too much of her. So,
Is she at least is she well written so that like you don't mind seeing her on screen, or is it like she's
do you
showing
like
up
reading?
again? It depends on what I'm reading.
Long-winded is perhaps the most charitable way to describe this lady.
Okay, so
Um,
you can't waste her time, but she will waste your
she
time.
will waste your time. She's
Who's the
very
doctor here?
intelligent, very well read, and she will lecture your ear off.
Okay, so it is like waiting at the doctor's office where they're like, it's time for your appointment. Now sit here for 20 minutes.
So, especially with some of the early story chapters, she goes on some epic monologues, just like hundreds, if not thousands, of words long. And she likes to wax poetry and some other things, right? To the point where it became a huge meme, and I think the devs kind of got wise to this.
Hmm.
And there's even in some of the later story events, she starts going on monologues, and other characters shut her up. It's happened more than once, and so I think
I cast
Like
silence.
they just tell her it's like, I'm so very old. Please get to the point. She's like talking to some other dude. He's just like, just come on, get to it. I don't have time for this. There's some good moments there. So like I say, whenever she shows up on screen, something interesting is generally going to happen. You just might have to wait a while for her to finish her speech before you get there.
Hmm.
So she did tell us lore about how hot dogs were named. So yes, we important deep lore.
Hmm. But does she know what spam stands for?
She probably does, and don't ask her because you'll be there for 3 hours.
Hmm.
But yeah, for all of you to continue your slight guessing a bit, I drank too much water and have to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. It'll be
All
about a
right.
minute.
Just don't stop to talk to her on your way there. You're in poorly. Uh, oh, I didn't guess at her gameplay yet. Well, Doctor Medical type character. Um, so you can go with healing abilities, and she can cast sleep on nearby enemies by enrapturing them in a monologue. Then country. So if she's a cat, then all the other cat girls have been from Britain, but she has some ties with Russia. Uh, are her ties with Russia, Chad? Are her ties with Russia? Is this something where like you could puzzle it out from historical UK Russia relations, or is it entirely connection that only makes sense within the lore of Arknights? What will her code name be? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I have
Oh, someone on the
returned.
stethoscope. Okay, the Russia connection only makes sense within lore. Okay.
Like I said, yeah. Without knowing the lore, yeah.
Okay, so then based off the animal region, then British with ties to the Russians. The
More
detail
like
on
ties to everybody, but yeah.
a little bit of detail on the stethoscope here. It's got these little bends in it, but I think those are designed to go into her human ears.
Her lore is more than just complicated.
For gameplay, I was guessing medic, and then she can also cast sleep on people if she starts talking.
Medic is correct. As far as I know, she does not cast status effects. But that's a good guess.
Let's see, like unless she injects an enemy with a syringe, like she has no visible weapons, which I think might be a first.
There's a reason I did not include her second outfit.
Is it loaded up with weapons?
Well, we might cover that one at some point in the future, but yes, there is a.
The I'm a
I
healer
chose
butt
not to because it would
outfit.
give away a little too much. Yeah, I'm a healer, but is probably a way to look at it. She does not use guns, but there are other ways of harming people.
Hmm.
Maybe a harm assist, you might say.
Does your dog bite? Does your cat bite? No, but he can hurt you in other ways. All right. Well, let's get the name guessing going.
All right, fake code names. All right, Chet.
Big code name time.
Remember the
We're
rules.
actually making good
Try
time. So
try to make one that's convincing. So you remember you're fooling Mr. Miliardo here, trying to get him to guess a fake name.
oh, that's actually so the fact that she has like ties to the Russians, but doesn't necessarily like work for them all the time means then that her wearing this jacket, like this is more like this is like the souvenir jacket that she's wearing. Like I wear this
Hmm.
coat because it reminds me of my time working as a medic in the for the Russians.
Yeah, let me trim down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Wow, we're gonna get a shitload of guesses here. You're gonna overwhelm me, chat. Hang on. I want to trim down to like six,
That's in
7 or 8.
character for her.
Yeah. Oh God. We're getting a speech right now. Chat, stop. Oh, too powerful. Oh. Hang on.
Speech.
Speech. Okay.
She was the valedictorian of her class, wasn't she?
You could say. Hang on. Okay, we're gonna end with like 10 here. Hang on. All right. I'm gonna make the submission here. Yeah, no, you two are. We don't want to give too much information. Not for her, at least. She's too plot significant. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be like 10, so you should be
All right.
enjoy. Here's your fake names. No, old well does not count. Thank you, chat. Oh boy. Here we go. Here we go, chat.
Right. Oracle, Closure, Lynx, Priestess, Medic, Monitor, the Sage, Surgeon, and Monitor. Spelled not lead. Ooh. Okay. This is early installment main character.
This should be good.
Is Kals't here? Is that just a transliteration of the Cyrillic here?
No, I don't think so. I may be wrong. I don't know. I don't speak Russian.
All right, let's see.
Oh, it is? Okay, yeah, that's a transliteration of Cyrillic. Okay. We have confirmation. Thank you, Vladimir.
This is a Miller-Liner thing.
Or no, we're getting conflicting opinions. Some say it means the Cyrillic means Lynx. I don't know, chat. Somebody's correct.
All right, let's see. All right, I'm not sold on Priestess, Lynx, or Closure. My gut is going with Oracle right now. She talks a lot. Surgeon, Sage, Monitor.
Remember, Miliardo, don't look at the chat.
Not looking at the chat. I can't look at the chat. Monitor, something acrylic, Oracle.
We're down to 4. Those are some good fake code names, chat. You guys did a good job.
Or is it pronounced Cyrillic? It's Saint Cyril and Methodius, but for some reason I thought it was pronounced Cyrillic when you were referring to the alphabet versus Cyrillic. But I might be confusing that with Elvish.
I can't help you. I don't know anything of that.
Am I literally just confusing Tolkien Elvish pronunciation with Russian pronunciation? Is it Cyrillic? All right, I'm gonna have to look that up later. All right. I think it's Oracle.
Are you going to go final answer?
Final answer, Oracle.
Just outright going Oracle?
Yep. It's my gut feeling.
Okay. So, bamboozled once again. Unfortunately. Congratulations, Mr. Minato-kun. Very good guess. This is, in fact, Dr. If I can pronounce this correctly, Kals't. I might be saying that wrong. I call her Kelsey, so yeah. That's actually Russian for calcite, if I'm correct. So Kelsey, Old Well, it's you could say many things about her. I think it's pronounced Kerushi. I think that's how the Japanese pronounce it. Maybe the Chinese do too. I don't know how the pronunciation works as well. But
She,
but yeah, I just call her Kelsey because it's easier for me to pronounce. And yeah, again, super plot important character, and you will see more of her once you play the game. She never shuts up, but in a mostly good way. We like her. We like Kelsey, don't we, chat? Most of the time, she's not very nice, but you know, but she's a good egg. She's a good egg.
does she talk a lot because she was the original OC, so she was like the author's pet, and so he likes putting her in there? Or is
I
it like
think
in
possibly
character
some
for
of
her?
that, but also in character, she just knows like everything. Um, very knowledgeable. Here her fingers are in literally everybody's pies. So yes, obligatorily.
He has more reason to be a dedicated exposition character. Okay.
Yeah, she's seen a lot. So
If anyone's gonna know, it's gonna be her.
if anyone's gonna know, it's gonna be her, and she probably won't tell you. Um, there's a little bit of an what's the word for this? Like, it's not imperfect narrator. It's like sometimes information is deliberately withheld from the player, and she's one of the worst culprits of this
Okay. It's very
because she is smarter than everybody else, but she also thinks she's smarter than everybody else. But this means that perhaps she may not be 100% correct all the time, just like 98% of the time, right?
hmm.
So, yeah.
Funny because the last big book series I finished reading was Book of the New Sun, which is, well, I can't say it's infamous because the series is sort of it. You know how something's like a big deal within its field, but it's super obscure outside of like its niche?
I know of such things.
Yeah, Book of the New Sun's kind of like that. Like Gene Wolfe's a grandmaster of sci-fi, but like the book's not like super well known all over the place because it's sort of hard to get into, and part of the reason is because it has a, well, people argue about whether he is an unreliable narrator. He certainly omits information, uh, and then debate rages about whether or not his memory is in fact perfect as he claims it is. Because
Did you ever read a book series by the name of the Dresden Files?
I am eagerly awaiting the next book.
Good. So you know how old
Actually,
Harry there is a
Martell
bit
might
of
still
an
have my copy of whatever the last book was.
battleground.
Battleground. Battleground or Peace
Yeah.
Talks. I think I lent one of them to him.
Well, it's Peace Talks then battlegrounds. Anyways, similar situation there where there's an unreliable narrator. This game does a similar thing. I would even say there's a surprising amount of similarities. I could perhaps go into that at some point once you've actually dived into the game, and I'm curious to see if you get the same vibes. But there's again a bit of a fantasy kitchen sink thing going on, and there's some parallels which I almost wonder sometimes if, not that I think that's a particularly popular series in China, but it's not impossible, I should say, that there might have been some influence. You just don't know with a lot of these things. So yeah, sorry. There's a super short tangent. Wow, that one was only like 2 minutes. We're doing good here. Wow, we've done 3 characters in 2 hours. Chat. Look, you should be proud of us.
Doing well.
We are rocketing along at Sanic speeds. We've got to go fast. I guess at this point we did the code name. We did all that. Do you want to see the next character, our second thumbnail character?
Let's do that, and then we'll probably wrap it up.
Okay, we won't see the E2R today, chat. Again, I don't want to give them too much information about some of these characters.
Well, look,
but
we're gonna do 4 characters in like less than 3 hours instead of 4 characters in 5 hours.
It's a little bit late Japan time today, so we may have to. Again, we will probably be back later this week, so it won't be like 2 weeks this time. It'll be like 4 days. So, okay.
I think there's clearly some Western comic influence on this character.
Prepare your mofos, chat.
Should I go to the E2 skin as well?
Yes. That one, it's one of the more early game designs where it's sort of like
Hmm.
different pose.
All right.
But yes. Alright. Welcome to the walking pillow.
It's so fluffy.
I'm gonna die.
It is a good death. All right. So like, she looks a lot like Huntress, at least like in profile.
Huntress.
The DC Batman adjacent character.
That's not what I'm familiar with. Let me see here.
Here, I'll grab a picture.
Huntress Batman. Oh yeah, I can see that a little bit. I mean, the same color at least.
Same color, and then like the wolf ears versus like the upswept like sort of bat mask she has in some of the designs. Plus the crossbow.
So no points for guessing where she's from.
Is it Italy again?
How did you ever figure that out?
You know, Italians with their big fluffy tails.
Like all real life Italians.
Hmm.
No pasta hands on this pose though.
No, there's no time for pasta when there's floof. Right. Cool. So we've got a compound crossbow. We've got some good trigger discipline here. And what do we got on there? We've got an optic on the crossbow. We've got a sling for the crossbow. Where is the... Is this a magic crossbow?
I think it's a normal crossbow.
Okay. There's no stirrup for cocking it, but I digress.
It does have like that little balance bar,
Look at,
although it's in a weird place.
yeah. Look at all of the floof. I like how she has a big floofy braid here to parallel the big floofy tail.
She's kind of just a big puffball all
Mm.
around. Big ears,
Even
big
even
hair,
the
big tail.
sleeves, even the sleeves are poofy.
Lots of straps as well.
Mm,
Very tactical.
very. I like the like giant. It's oh no, it is a hood. Even and the hood has little spots built in for her ears too. That's adorable.
Yep, she's got ear flops. Again, you'll see some artists do a little bit more effort in this regard. With like, oh, if you have like these giant ears come out of your head, like, what do you do with it?
Mm,
Her hood actually has inserts for it. There's also this artist in particular likes drawing their character. I'll put it that way. And you'll see some other stuff. I'll probably link that to you in the Discord at some point. I don't think that's for stream purposes, but there's thought put into it, I guess is what I'm saying.
I like the color palette as well. Like it's mostly just like you've got different shades of purple. Even the like black here is basically shaded as though it's shaded like with purple shades, and then there's just a little bit of accenting accomplished with like a blue that is almost purple, and then like the only real contrast you have is her skin tone, and then the little bits of gold throughout. Ooh, she's got wolf claws on her grippers.
Grippers. Yeah, tactical boots. Lots of
That's
traction.
cool. It's like having crampons built in.
You probably don't want to be kicked by those.
No. Got the knee pads. She's got this cool. The fluff continues with the big poofy tops of her boots.
What is like boot collars? Is there a word for that?
Um, I guess it is a boot collar, boot flap. What do you call the flaps on the top of boots? Boot collar. No, the boot collar is a component designed to secure the shift boot on a vehicle's shifter. It's a car component.
Let's see.
Cuffs? No. Boot cuffs?
I think it is boot cuffs. Yeah, I think that's boot cuffs.
They're designed to fit around the top of the boot, just above the ankle. Well, this looks like a women's fashion. No, this. Well, yeah, I guess it would be like a form of boot cuff, but most of these are like crocheted things.
I think, chat, you can tell that we don't wear boot cuffs.
Flaps on top of the boots.
Like,
Flaps
I'm
on
a
top of
Crocs
boots, also
and like
known as
Converse kind of guy.
kilties. Here we go. They're called kilties.
Kilties, really.
Flaps on top of boots, also known as kilties, are a common feature on various types of footwear. Kilties.
Kilties. False tongues. Interesting.
Oh wait, now these look like they're the flaps, but like flaps at the like down on the foot. Oh yeah, these no. So kilties refers to flaps. So like, okay, these boots do not have kilties. Do you call the flaps on the top of the boots? All right. Question for another day, perhaps.
We skillfully dodged the rabbit hole.
All right. What else we got? We've got lots more straps here. Is she even wearing pants?
Well, there's the E2 art. Maybe you can.
Sort of, kind of, not really.
Not really. She joins Lappland and the No Pants Club.
No
But
pants gang.
when her things like buttoned up, it's like you wouldn't notice that. But when she's making an action pose, it's like, oh my.
Young lady, you're not going out hunting like that. See, so those straps are basically just like holding the stockings up, and then she's also got like a
There's a
bag
quiver
on a
kind of on
strap.
her left hip.
Yeah, and then she has like another strap right here. Is that like part of a? No, she already has a sling on the crossbow, but it looks as though
See,
that
it
could
looks to me
attach to
like
that.
there's that strap, like kind of in the middle of her chest. That
Yeah,
I would think that would be the one that the crossbow straps onto, but
yeah,
I
because
don't
that
know.
almost looks like a. Well, that'd be like a single point sling.
Yeah, so when she's not hands on the crossbow. It just hangs down there.
Yeah, that feels so low down there for a single point sling, but
It probably is, but
maybe
yeah,
she. I take it the artist likes drawing straps.
the artist does like drawing straps. Again, Tetsuya Nomura School of Design. You can't escape this man. He's everywhere.
Just imagining some future art class where it's just the whole class in the history of Tetsuya Nomura design and straps.
You spend an entire quarter of the semester on Lulu from Final Fantasy X.
Think you know how to draw straps? You know nothing.
That was explicitly like a gauntlet thrown down for like, all right, PS2 animators, can you do this? But that's not a joke. Like that was actually apparently from what I've read. It's like, can Square animate this many belts? The answer was yes.
New technologies were developed.
The Emotion Engine, the PS2 was truly a revolutionary game console.
And 64 can only render 64 belts at a time.
The PS2 can render 2,000. Sorry. But yeah.
Oh, she's got a little lapel pin too.
I don't really know what that is, but it's a little dinky thing.
Also, this is an interesting detail in the E2 skin. Like, why? I feel a kindred spirit with this wolf.
That's just Rusty from Armored Core 6. I believe that is a pure coincidence, but that almost looks exactly like Rusty's emblem. For those of you in the know.
See a scar over the wolf's eye, and he is also wearing some kind of armored blindfold. Is it a metaphor? Is it literal? Is this a real wolf?
Well, I'll tell you outright. This is actually a real. This is one of the examples where that's actually a real wolf. She has a pet wolf named Mr. Grape.
Mr. Grape.
Mr. Grape. And so again, it's like it's referenced in several places. She just has a pet wolf. Yeah.
It's a grape name for a wolf.
Chat this guy. But yeah, as you can see, she's got very tactical tactics going on there.
There's so much tactics going on.
That is the most tactical set of lower wear I've ever seen.
I mean, I know that's what I would want to crawl through the jungle in.
Like Snakey, that kind of thing. Like you're infiltrating the USSR.
Is this
trying to find a nuclear weapon?
Is this the naked snake I've heard about?
This is maybe the naked snake you've heard about.
Well, I can tell he likes drawing his character.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, chat. I can't disagree.
He does look like Garurumon.
The crossbow is not the only lethal weapon here.
You gotta keep those things sheathed. Protected from the environment.
I would infer that she has retractable leggings.
Oh yeah, because there's...
like zip-ups? Did you ever have those pairs of pants where you could like take the knee down, you could take that off and they would
zip it up? I think I might have had a pair of those.
So she's got the opposite. They zip up. Tactical leggings. There we go. It's like how much lethal force you want to apply. It's just
most of these characters are it's like semi-practical, or at least not terribly fan servicey. But is this one of the earlier characters?
Also launch character, yeah. Same age or same era, should I say, as like Texas and Lappy.
Gotcha.
So you would see a little bit more divergence, I think, in this time period with interpretations.
Because at this point, it's just all the artists are coming together and being like, "Here's my OC. Here's my OC."
And then it's like, "Here's a character we want you to make. Give us a design," and they're like, "That's good enough, right?"
You can tell there's like
it's an interesting one because
drawn for years.
Yeah, this was drawn in like 2018 at least, maybe 2017. It's unclear exactly how long ago that was, but you can look at someone like Margaret. She has combat high heels, right? So I think of it this way: there's like a certain budget towards impracticality, and like any given design, it's like there's a little bit. It's like sure, I can dismiss like a certain amount. She might push that envelope slightly, but I think it's still within reasonable amounts for maybe what we've seen in this world so far, right?
I mean, it could be a lot worse.
As long as it looks good, right?
It's more the E2 skin. I think.
Yeah, I think that it changes the look a little bit. It's like, okay,
yeah, like
what's going on here, right?
Yeah, the first skin here, like the original one, it's like I feel like this is acceptable. Unacceptable, like fantasy superhero costuming standards.
I would say she would look modest in My Hero Academia.
Has it gotten that bad?
Well, no, but I still, even with the earlier bits, I think she would look relatively modest.
Whereas this just straight up looks like she ran out to fight, like, without getting dressed.
I think the idea is they want to, like, tease you a little bit. That's kind of the vibe I always got.
But, yeah, I prefer this is better. This just is reaching the point of ludicrousness. Well, here at least you've got the cool, like, this is doing like this is in the same school of design as like 2B.
Was that Near Automata? I think.
Yeah, where you've got like this is interesting because there's this sharp contrast between like where's my cursor?
Bring
Right,
forth
this
the
is
bang.
yeah. This is interesting, right? Because you have this very like conservatively dressed top, and then the bottom is also all covered up, and then you're taking full advantage of the Z-type Yoiki right here.
Vultured. Yes.
This is good design, and like I'm willing to accept this because it also allows the artist to put like color there. Like you have to do something around here anyway, otherwise it's gonna be like just like all dark purple and black down the whole length of the character.
Mm-hmm.
So you needed to do
So you break it
something
up a
here,
bit.
and yeah, to break up the design. The way the jacket falls here also looks really cool. So like this works because you've got interesting combinations of color and shape and line work going on, and it's not stretching like it's not practical, but it's not like in your face unpractical, I think. Whereas this skin is just straight up like, what if we just drew her in underwear and then threw a cape on her? I'm like, all right, now you're just getting lazy. Like, I like the wolf though. Here, you're all right.
Everybody loves Mr. Grape. I mean Rusty, buddy, as it were.
Is there a backstory as to how he lost his eyes?
As far as I know, no. I think it just looks cool.
Hmm. Okay,
Like we
so
know he exists, but he has not actually like appeared in any story segments
all
outside
right,
of a few voice lines.
he
So
he's got the blindfold thing going on for the same reason I do that.
yes, it looks cool.
Yeah. What's funny is
Your buddy
my
still
original
alive?
design was when that first design was generated for me, I was just like feeding it another character portrait and it like darkened the area around the eyes, so it was like ambiguous whether it was like a domino mask or just really deep shadowing or a blindfold. And then as other people started like generating uh, images of me, they were just like, "We'll just make it a blindfold." And I'm like, "All right, I guess it's the blindfold
Punished
now."
Venom Miliardo, as it were.
Hmm. Like at some point, I need to come up with an explanation, a lore explanation uh, of why.
You're like Illidan Storm Rage, right? You're just so angry that you know you gotta cover your eyes.
Do I
Did you
sound?
play Work?
But
No, you don't sound like Illidan. But yeah.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Did you never play Warcraft? Oh, wow. Okay.
No, no, because we had what year is Warcraft?
90s into like 2003.
Okay.
Well, excluding WoW. Excluding WoW.
No, I played some PC games, but at that point it would have been like kid-friendly PC games,
Hmm.
like Sim Safari, the Phantom Menace game that was Sim Safari but on Naboo, so you could wreck the ecosystem by spawning rancors everywhere.
The Gungans deserved it.
Hmm.
But I digress. Um. So, what do you think she does, professionally speaking?
I think she shoots people with crossbow bolts.
That's a very good guess.
I'm
So
getting,
that, in addition to some other things,
let's see here. I'm getting slight organizational vibes from the lapel pin, but like I don't see. Otherwise, I don't see like an organization logo or an ID card or anything like what Blaze has to show that like she's definitely
hmm,
part of a group. So
like Texas has an ID card as well. You'll see this in some other characters.
she is, as they say, a lone wolf.
She does do solo missions.
I guess she's got Mr. Grape with her, so she's not alone.
Yeah.
But so gameplay wise, ranged unit, but can summon Mr. Grape for melee attacks.
Unfortunately, Mr. Grape does not feature in
Oh,
gameplay,
it's
and I
not.
really wish he did. Like, that would
Okay.
have been cool.
So
There
just
are actually characters now that do summon units.
hmm.
That's a thing now, but at this point, they hadn't really come up with that yet. So she's
You're gonna
just
go
Crossbow Girl.
just crossbow girl with
Yeah,
fast redeploy.
sort of. Actually, you're not wrong. I would be curious what gives you that implication.
I'm just kind of running off the fact that she's giving the huntress vibe, so I'm just like, okay, so like vigilante with a crossbow slash pseudo ninja, like agile, fleet of foot, acrobatic, and then she shoots you with a crossbow.
She's pretty quick. That's for sure. It's a weird thing where some units have the actual tag in their description of fast redeploy. She's not one of them, but she does have reduced redeploy time if you upgrade her. So
Okay.
it's some people might call that pseudo fast redeploy. I've heard several terms to describe that phenomenon, but she's considerably faster to redeploy than your average sniper, and that does make a difference.
Hmm. And let's see. Oh, we have not. Sorry, we've been neglecting the Wheel of Temperaments here. Okay,
Oh, have we?
so
Oh gosh, yeah. Sorry.
Italian Wolf Girl, sniper, fast sniper, and I'm going with let's see,
I'm saying I
thinking
would go with
phlegmatic.
sanguine myself. Sniper wolf. Colonel. Not that kind of sniper wolf, Chad, but good guess.
Yeah, she seems laid back. She also actually looks like she might actually be sociable with the average person.
That's a bit of a rarity for the stream so far.
I was gonna say I'm so used to like pulling up the character and it's just like, yes, someone else who looks like they're a load of fun at parties.
Except
What
with this
was
chick, she might actually be fun at
she
parties.
might actually look, anyone that goes into battle like this is probably actually fun at parties.
I would tend to agree with this.
And I mean, look at that. She's actually like smiling and like looking at the viewer playfully instead of just being like, "Why are you here? Why
So
are
I'll
you
give you
playing this
this.
game?"
She has a friendly disposition. Maybe not quite granny levels of friendly disposition, but friendly disposition nonetheless. Gets along well with most people
Which is
and is
good.
known to be quite socially popular.
Look at all of that floof.
I mean, how could you not be? Right? Everyone's like, oh my god, here comes the pillow.
Is Project Red always trying to grab the floof?
That's funny you should mention that because yes, she is. Old Redo has a bit of a fixation, you might say.
Oh, that's also a good. The floof is also a good artistic choice because the it lets the artist balance out the crossbow because the crossbow is fairly big and bulky in a way that a rifle is not because you have the actual bow to contend with. And look at that on the opposite side of the character because otherwise she's standing in like a very slender triangle shape like this. So to balance out the
Yeah.
crossbow, the artist can then go fluffy tail over here, which also allows them to avoid having to draw the quiver.
That tail is like as big as she is.
Hmm.
Twitter. Well, I don't know which one you're talking about. I've probably seen it, but yes.
Very fluffy. Yeah, that is a huge tail.
That is a plot significant point. For her, at least.
Hmm. I mean, she could probably balance really well.
You might infer that there is a significant amount of time spent grooming and cleaning up.
That's probably why she keeps her
Like,
hair
think about how
gray,
much
right?
she sheds. Like, my good lord. Like, that's got to be a lot of shedding. I hope you have a vacuum cleaner.
I can tell you, the vacuum cleaner does not help. In fact, it's kind of the opposite, because then you start vacuuming, and then you're like, why does it smell like something's melting?
Oh no.
Then you're rolling out the vacuum cleaner like with a knife, just like cutting strands of hair
I'm
until you've
guessing you have some experience in this regard.
successfully cleaned out your vacuum cleaner.
So she destroys vacuum cleaners. We've come to this point.
Yes, she is nature.
The storm.
Nature abhors a vacuum.
So it does in more than one way.
Wait, how does he utilize the tail in the other art? Okay, he uses it more to fill the negative space in this artwork.
Kind of just behind her, yeah.
Yeah. And then he uses the braid to indicate the motion of her head in her relation to her body.
She's kind of holding the crossbow a little bit twisted.
Uh,
So she's like holding it backwards, like it's like, oh, I'm about to line up a shot, but like, you know.
she's got it in like modified ready stance.
This kind of gives me like a dodge movement kind of implication. So like stepping to the side.
Yeah, yeah, based off the leg placement. Yeah, she's pushing off from her left leg, so she's pivoting away from something. But so this is a useful design element for any artists or aspiring artists in the chat. Is like putting design elements on characters intentionally so that you can make use of it to help out your composition when you draw them in different poses. So in this case, because she does not have like a big voluminous skirt to play with to fill in space here, the artist is able to use the big tail both to like add to her profile and like the shape of the piece, and he's also able to use it to balance out other elements of the character. So it's like this piece would look very different and like have a very different vibe if she just had like a normal sized wolf tail just kind of sticking out there. Then she would look super
Proportionally,
like
yeah,
like
proportionally she's almost a circle.
yeah. So if she had like a normal sized wolf tail, then it would really emphasize like she would just end up looking very like tall and slender, and then the piece would look slightly unbalanced due to the weapon on one side. But because he made the tail bigger, he's able to fill out the volume of the piece more and balance out the crossbow.
You could pretty much almost draw a circle around her, and it would be almost a perfect circle.
Hmm.
If you like chopped off the legs, maybe, but yeah.
It's just sure the tail probably actually limits what she can wear. To be honest, it's a lot larger than the usual Lupo tail. Ah, there it is.
That's a plot point.
The in-universe justification for the fan service.
So she actually has a bit of a mutation.
Hmm. Okay, so it's not. This isn't based off a naturally fluffy-tailed wolf.
Nope, this is actually a plot point.
Hmm.
For her, at least.
Does she know how she got the giant fluffy tail, or just she had
Yes.
it? Now
She does know why.
seeks revenge against the people that gave her the giant fluffy tail.
It's not. There's not really a revenge thing going on. Some people get superpowers, some people get super tails. So it's like I said, I don't want to sit here and give you like a lore dump as to like here's why this happened. There are reasons, and you will find those out. But yes, one of her aspect of this was getting a super tail. So again, not the worst bargain, all things considered. Things could be much worse.
There's no curing us. There's nothing wrong with us, said Fluffy Supertail.
So, fun fact, she has starred in a tail care product commercial. That's canon. Because people see that and they're like, mein Gott. And
Can we
yeah,
possibly
she's
find?
actually quite proud of her tail. She mentions it frequently.
Hmm.
I think in the inference that I always thought, and I don't know if there's any evidence to support this. This might have been something that came to me in a dream. But in Lupo society, tail size is considered an important measure of attractiveness.
Hmm.
That's just what I always thought. I'm like, I don't know. That's just the vibe I got. So I'm like,
Okay, so
okay,
she's just
well,
walking in here like, look how
there's a
fluffy I am.
very slight vanity vibe that she's got. Just very slight.
I mean, she's like caressing her own tail in the artwork here, like just like look how fluffy my tail is. Yeah,
So you
she's
can't
got
argue
well,
with.
and like her stance and her expression and everything is like sociable and like confident looking.
She is known to be fond of shopping and clothes.
Leaving a trail of purple fluff everywhere she goes.
Is that what I mentioned? Oh, maybe I didn't imagine that. Okay. Tail presentation is important for Lupos. I believe it.
Fluffier, the more desirable she becomes. It does look really comfy.
So you've got a walking body pillow here.
What is it the kids say? Mofu mofu.
I think that's what the kids say.
I thought it was fua fua.
Maybe they both count. I don't know. I'm not up to date with my slang. She's got the Riz, I guess, maybe is what the kids would
Okay,
say.
don't ever say that word on the stream again.
No cap?
Otherwise I'll have your get.
What's the Zoomer word for kill?
Um,
Cancelled?
Unalived.
Help us, chat. What do they? What do the kids say?
Unsubscribed from life.
Oh, yeah, my get will be clapped. That's. Oh my goodness. There you go. Okay. Thank you, chat. Your contributions are noted and welcome.
Will be remembered.
Or folded. Is that what they say? I can't keep up with the slang.
That means now?
I thought I was hip with the youth, and apparently I'm not. I'm just like, yes, skibbity toilet, my fellow Zoomers. Or whatever it is popular
I
now.
remember Skibbity being some like odd song from back in like 2018 from some
Yeah,
like
all back at wow, that was like 10 years
band.
ago. Can you believe 2018 was 20 years ago?
Already. Wow, how time
Yeah, I know,
flies.
right? We're all old. You too, chat. You're also old.
Can't believe we're coming up on the 100th anniversary of the Lord of the Rings films.
I can't believe Arknights has been out for 50 years. I think we're tormenting chat. Should we be nice to them? Maybe we should.
Rotting Wild Dude's Bran.
At least
All
you
right.
have a brain to rot. I wish I could say the same.
All right, now we need something to bring us back and ground us in non-zoomer reality.
Bring forth the skin.
Oh.
It's well, okay, let's say it's better.
Okay. Better than the E2?
Yes.
Kind of ish. Those at least look sort of like pants.
She's actually wearing real pants this time. Also, that's a very nice like B-17 in the background.
Oh yeah.
I guess welcome back to Mr. Grape or Rusty Buddy, as we like to call him. So again, more tactical, a little bit more outdoorsy themed this time.
I like
She'll eventually make her way to the center of the screen.
I like the ear pockets and the hoods.
Oh, those are great, right?
Oh, and
Those,
she's got a cool dagger in her boot there.
yeah, she's got tactical boot
She's
knife.
got the boot
Again,
knife.
the same boots with like those claws on them.
Hmm. Oh, here we go. Now we finally also have the stirrup and the crossbow for reloading it.
It's got like a sort of a desert theme to it. There's like
Hmm.
ape going around it.
I was gonna say this almost looks like a different character in a ways.
Like, we didn't see the tail. Yeah,
Like the face looks very because this is by a different artist, isn't it?
this is the same artist,
Same artist? Okay, because the
just
face looks
like John, like
very
2.5 years later or 3 years later.
yeah, I was gonna say the face looks very different. Um,
The art style has evolved. I've followed this artist Pixiv,
hmm,
and they've gotten, I think, better, but it looks a little bit different.
that picture I just hit. Yeah, like here her face looks very like kind of slender, which makes her look a little older. Here she actually looks younger because her face looks like a little more like rounded and her eyes are a little more like rounded and the way that hair is drawn inside the hood, like basically between the hair, the face, and the hood, her head looks really big here compared to the rest of her body, which makes her look younger compared to here, where like this collar helps make her head actually look a little bit smaller.
Yeah, I can see it.
This almost looks like this is the like the prequel version of her. Like this is her young days scavenging B-17s in the desert.
It is possible. With some of the outfits, I look at chat's pointing this out too. Same idea. Yeah, some of these, it's like you kind of have to read the descriptions because the skins themselves have descriptions on them.
Hmm.
Some are sort of like, oh, this is like in the past. Sometimes it's in the future, and you just don't know when. And sometimes it's casual wear, and it's like it'll kind of give you a bit of an indication as to what this is supposed to be representing. Um, so it's possible. This might be earlier, or maybe this is just the outdoors wear. It's it's hard, a little bit hard to say. They don't like to give dates.
Hmm. Don't want to pin themselves down to a timeline that they have to then be
Not
like,
too much. They only
shoot,
occasionally do.
we put this character here at this time and this person here, but we actually need them here. That's wise of them.
Yeah, there's definitely some built-in wiggle room, which I think, from a writing perspective, is quite useful.
Yeah, you don't want to eliminate your ability to tell the story, especially if it's not super important that you like pin it down. Like, no, this definitely happened at this time. Right. Well, I think it is time for the names.
Oh boy,
I'm going to
you
make a bold prediction here. I think I may actually get her name right.
think so? Huh?
I have no idea why I think that, but I'm just like, I don't know. She's got such a distinct vibe going on that I feel like it will carry over to her name.
All right, chat. Give us your suggestions.
Oh, wait, let me.
Stump the streamer.
All right, there you go. Wait, I'll click off of there.
Remember,
Okay.
no meme names. If you just type in Mofu, I'm not gonna add that. Let's see here. Do, do, do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's see. Give us a few more, chat.
Are you upping the difficulty on me now? We're going for 10 names at a time.
I am upping the difficulty slightly. Well,
Right.
I'm just finding the more convincing ones. No, it's not tails. Very cute. We all know what Miles' tails look like, okay? Besides, she only has one. Let's give him a second here. Processing. Asking Chat GPT. Fake names.
Fake names for a huntress with a giant fluffy tail.
There's a purple wolf girl.
Mr. Grape.
Wharf girl. Yes, Wharf. Captain. I have much honor. Not that Wharf. I'm aging myself. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys 10 more seconds for suggestions, and then I will submit to our gracious host.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen much old Star Trek at all outside of the films.
It's not that good. You're not missing much.
I did
Like I know that's
enjoy.
like heresy for old people, but like I don't think Star Trek's actually that good.
I really enjoyed original Battlestar Galactica.
So that's different.
That one's just fun.
Okay. Submitting the names. Here we go. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot here.
Ooh,
I'm sorry.
righty.
Prepare yourself.
All right. Ranger, Dust, Province, Chasseur, Brush, Artemis, Courier, Grape, Voltiger, Firewalker, Florentia. Alrighty.
I'll have to choose from, huh?
Yeah. And you said she's one of the main characters as well, or she's just introduced early on in the game?
Introduced early on, a side character. She has
Okay.
not had a major, I should quote, major story appearance. She's had some minor ones. And a lot of side material. I feel like she's another one of those characters that they'll probably bring back, like Granny, who
Hmm.
hasn't been seen a whole lot recently. I suspect we'll be seeing more of her in the future. But who knows what the devs are cooking.
It's Brush or Grape, Voltiger, Firewalker, Brush. All right. I don't think it's Dust or Ranger. I'm always worried that I'm gonna feel like extra dumb if I eliminate the actual name like right off the bat. I don't feel so bad when I like had it narrowed down, but if I'm just like, there's no way it's this, and then delete it,
You can never be safe in this game. The code names are
can't.
silly and random sometimes.
I don't. If he's Mr. Grape, I don't think they would do Grape and Mr. Grape. Brush gets to stick around for now because it would be a silly name for someone with a giant tail. All right, Artemis, Courier, Firewalker, Florentia. Firewalker's one where I'm like, it's so out of left field, maybe it's the right name. But I don't think I see anything about her character that would suggest it. But someone thought it would make a good guess. Or it's their real
So how
name.
metagamed are you being right now? Can you tell? I couldn't say.
Voltiger, she seems like something Martel suggested. Florentia would be a good. I don't think it's Firewalker. I don't think it's Courier.
We're down to 6, chat.
It's just, she's not French.
I hope you guys like keyboard ASMR.
All right, Brush, Voltiger, Florentia. All right. I feel like Florentia could be her real name. I feel like Voltiger is probably Martel's suggestion. Because Brush sounds like the kind of dumb, silly name they would give someone where it's like, oh, she's got a big fluffy tail. We'll call her Brush.
Haha. Right. Yeah. You can never be safe.
All right. These are my guesses. Brush is her code name. Florencia is her real name, and Martel's the one who suggested Voltiger.
All right, chat drum rolls, please. Wow, I feel bad. You've been debated once again.
Ah,
This one's a bit mean because this is very much out of left field. It's not Firewalker. That was Martell's suggestion. It is not Brush. Although, let's see, who was the suggester of Brush? That was Vladimir. Very good fake codename. I actually really like that one. So Florentia, I just kind of made up. Voltige, I also made up because that's just French for. It's not hunter.
Rough.
I think chasseur is hunter. I was going for the light infantry theme.
Hmm.
So yes, it's not Florentia, Voltigia, or Brush. It is province. And it's a really dumb reason. Do you want to know why that reason is?
It's an etymological thing, right?
Not quite. Province, or Provence, if I'm pronounced, I can't speak frog, but that's a region in France. And it's famed for its lavender fields.
Ah,
And ergo, Lavender Wolf Girl,
province.
province. So they, again, some of these names can be a little bit weird sometimes, but yes, province because of her color. She's very purple.
Right. Defeated once again by chat.
Yep, that's the real reason. Because she's purple. Like, you have cool stuff like, oh, here's Texas. She's named after the wolf. And here's Lappland, also named after the wolf. And here's province named after flowers. Right? And then red because they like The Witcher. You know.
Let's just call it Ekans. It's snake backwards.
Yeah.
It's perfect. All right. I mean, at least they're doing like they're daisy chaining the reasoning together here.
It does make sense.
She's purple.
Sort of.
Lavenders are purple. Lavenders are from Provence. Provence is in France. France is in the same continent as Italy.
It's funny because, like, you'd think she'd be French. No, she's just Italian. And Provence is over in, like, the, it's near Belgium. It's not even anywhere near, well...
Oh.
Wait a second. Nope, hang on. My French geography is failing me. Is Provence next to Champagne? In Avignon? No, Avignon's in the south. What am I thinking? I'll say it's Lorraine. Some of you correct me. Is Provence in the south?
I haven't played enough Ticket to Ride Europe. Sorry.
Did you think with all the like 1,500 hours of EU4 I've played, I remember this? Where's Provence? There's Champagne. There's... Oh, it's next to Savoy. So it is down. Okay, so yeah, it's next to Italy. Okay. Like, I'm actually pretty decent on European geography, but like if you ask me, like, here's this random city in France, I might be like, you know.
Oh wait, was it Italian territory at one point?
It's possible. I don't know if that was Hey, I know where Memel is, and it's not square, so you can't sue me, okay? That's for those culture members in chat. I know where Königsberg is, right? Ha ha ha. American geography, ha ha, right? Tell me like random cities in Texas, and we can quiz each other. But you know. But yeah. So, one thing we haven't looked at so far is the chibi section.
That'll be a good way to wrap things up.
Yeah, hop off point for today. Let's take a look at some chibis. Since that was part of our discussion, is how do they match the
look? We made it through. Right? We made it through 4 characters in 3 hours, so we're beating the average. Despite this being the shortest stream, this is actually the highest rate, and we've had no truly terrible tangents.
Just bad ones.
Bring all the chibis in.
Hello, Lappy. Don't forget to set those on loop. I think red's funny.
Somebody's got a favorite. Where did?
So lucky for you, PRTS was actually up this week, which was nice because it was down at the beginning of the week for. Apparently, there was a DDoS attack. If what I've heard is correct, gotcha wars in China are taken very seriously to the point where they DDoS each other's websites. I don't. This is just a rumor. I don't know if that's true, but it's believable. So I couldn't connect to the website for like an entire day. So I was trying to get this done on like Monday or Tuesday, and it's like, oh, I can't actually get there. Wonderful.
All right. Let's see here. Got Lappland looking not terrifying at all with that smile. I feel like this Chibi does a good job of splitting the difference between her two personalities. Like that smile looks a little
So
sinister.
with the other skin, she's just standing there with an evil smile instead. So it's kind of the same thing, right?
Whereas like Lavender's Chibi actually makes her look like if you showed me Lavender's Chibi first, I would be like, oh, she's the aloof sniper.
There's actually, if you look at Chibi's 7 and 8 as a bit of an addendum, that may shed some light on the situation.
Aww.
There's interactions if you like poke them inside the base. If you poke her, she freaks out.
Aw. And she's brushing her tail. That's so fun. That's adorable. Have Sleepy Red. Oh, that's cute. Stabbing Red, and then Fishing Red. Fish falls out of sky. Stab. Wow, that's a lot of effort there. That even like the swimsuit skins get chibis associated with them.
And they actually get special interactions. The base skins are kind of there, but anytime you get an extra one, there's some kind of special extra thing, right?
Okay, so it's not just like a new like wallpaper image or like character screen image. Like actually, they make a new chibi for
They
them as well.
they have different animations on the battlefield. They have different animations in the base. It's it's a lot of effort put into it. I'll say this.
Nice. I love the expressions on Province.
She's got a lot of emotion.
Hmm. We're gonna drop fish. Just gonna start moving these characters around in amusing ways.
Yeah, some have more than others. That's for sure. Fish. The fish is on Kelsey's head.
Project.
You know, it's kind of funny.
This room was perfectly synced up too.
It's kind of funny that you even mentioned that. Hang on, let me see. Let me try this. We've got one extra special image here. So they occasionally have like little extra bits, right? Like they'll be like, "Oh yes, here's a little extra picture just for fun." That they'll sometimes commission the artist to make. Varying artists. It's not always the same person, of course. You might find that humorous.
Did you send it in Discord?
I stuck it in the file dump channel. See, chat, we got one of those. We're very organized. This does say quite a lot about their relationship.
He's even got the like
I
star eye
love this.
thing
This is
going
great.
on.
This is one of my favorite ones. It's just like, what's going on here? Red's got a brush.
She's like pulling the sleeve up, got the brush out like she's about to attack her with a weapon. She's got the sparkly eyes, just like crabs flying.
Welcome to the daily life of Province.
She's got the swirly eyes.
She is deathly afraid of Red to the point where she physically just runs away from her. As opposed to metaphorically.
And we have, wait, is that what? Is that Silver Ash in the background there? And then
Yep, he's hanging out with his jabronis.
some cow.
They're having a beach vacation, and these two idiots come running past.
There I was, minding my own business.
It's like, I'm too rich to deal with this.
This is adorable. I like you.
I think
I
it can
like
be
you too.
inferred that people do go to beaches in this universe.
By the lovely Italian seaside.
Yep. Good old siesta.
They're very consistent with like the branding of things between art too. Like there's that triangle on the umbrella again. Same
There's
here,
actually,
the
if you look at
Imahumma Corporation.
yeah, there we go. Red's umbrella's there, so they're probably like, hey, incorporate all these elements, right, and then draw your thing. I actually don't know what artist did this piece off the top of my head, so that was just a quick Google search. I searched Red Chases Province, and I found this on the first page. So there you go.
Oh, it's such a good dynamic piece too. You got like foreground 1/3 of the artwork, middle ground 1/3 of the artwork, you know, background, and then you've just got this nice like line of motion. Like when I search here, it's like, oh, she's running away from someone. Why? Who's she running away from? Follow the braid in the tail. Oh my gosh, it's Project Red with a comb. Yeah, motion
This is
lines here.
Vance McMahon is like commentating from the side.
It's broken out the steel comb.
There's a crab desperately hanging on for dear life.
They're pinching Province's tail. Maybe that's why she's after her. Oh, is this the equivalent of the scene where like the character turns their back and the other character stabs them and they're like, "You traitor!" They're like, "Don't move. There was a scorpion on your back."
Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe she's going after the crab. It's hard to say.
She does have a hairbrush though, not a knife.
Maybe she's gonna brush the crab out.
You gotta be very careful when removing crabs that have latched onto your tail.
I'll admit, Chad, I've never had crabs latch onto me, tail or otherwise, so I don't know what it's like. Maybe this is the cause for panic. I don't know.
Oh, you know what is actually a really creepy sound though? Is if you go out to tide pools and you've got like the crabs will be like there'll be like a gap in the rocks, so you can see like the crack in the rocks at the tide pool. And the sound of the crabs scuttling around down there, the way it's magnified inside of the like the hollow before it emerges from the crack and you can hear it, really messes with your perception of like how big the thing making the sound is. Like
Never been there.
The crabs around there were not that big. Like I don't know, maybe like maybe bigger than your hands. But you know, like decent size, but not like giant spider crabs or anything. But like you could have recorded that sound and played it back as like Tyranids scuttling around somewhere, and it would sound very convincing.
Even better, Elden Ring crabs.
I've not played that yet. How bad are
They are
those?
giant. They are giant in that game. They're like house-sized crabs.
Hmm.
Thank you, Miyazaki.
They still only move sideways?
They move fast sideways. That's for sure.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. I think we had one more. If you clicked one more on the right, image-wise in the new artwork, just since we'll throw Chad a bone here.
Dragging in front of
Of
all these
course,
chibis.
there's the obligatory swimsuit skin. After all serious gotchas must have them. Oh yeah, too many chibis.
How is that more modest than her E2 skin?
It's not. It's not at all. But there you go.
Oh,
Behave, chat.
they even have the crab in that artwork too.
The crab is there.
Crab is
If you look
there.
underneath the tail, there's like that one crab,
There's
and he is
another
having
one
the time
there.
of his life.
There's another one there trying to break into the mini fridge. Well, she's got the dive knife strapped to her leg.
It is now time for crab.
And the giant waterproof bag for the crossbow.
So that little side thing she's got going on, it just says province on it.
Hmm.
And her bag says the shooter. Lots of little details.
Oh yeah, if
here.
you had shown me the skin, if I had zoomed in on there, I would have been like, this time. Well, I don't know though, or I would have been like, last time it was Project Red because it was written on her outfit. I'm still
I could have tricked you with it maybe, but yeah. That's why I saved that one for the end.
It says province on that thing. What does it mean?
What is a province? So I think what we can conclude from this is that her body itself is immodest. Doesn't really matter what you dress her in.
Well, hang on now. Bodies can't be modest or immodest in themselves. It's entirely a matter of appropriateness of the attire to the occasion and the setting.
So if you look at this, people are at the beach, they're having a party, they're having a good time. Would she look out of place?
The streetwear jacket edition is a little odd. I'd say that's about the only thing that looks out of place. I mean, the jacket looks cool, but if that's what you're getting at, then the jacket looks a little odd.
It looks beachy enough,
Yeah, it's not providing any obvious like sun protection the way that Red's is. But
I think it's just supposed to look cool.
Yeah, it's a visually interesting addition. Lets them add some more color.
And we know this from her profile. She's very fashion conscious and likes shopping for clothing. So you could perhaps read into that a little bit and say that this was meant to be, stylish and like eye-catching.
I like the white and the orange. The white, orange, and blue is a combination that goes together really well.
I like the popsicle. I think that's a nice detail.
I like the gradient that they put on the popsicle as well. Like, so it looks like one of those like multi-flavor, like multicolor ones.
I'm guessing watermelon is the flavor I would go for on that.
I was thinking it's like strawberry and peach.
I could see strawberry peach.
Oh,
a compelling argument.
Watermelon flavored stuff is like super hit or miss.
I don't think there's any official confirmation as to the flavor of the popsicle, so we're just going to have to leave that up to imagination.
It's clearly just been broken out of the fridge, though, because she's barely taken a bite, and it's not, like, all melty and drippy yet.
There's, like, an open fridge at the bottom of the frame.
Oh, yeah, and this is the, wait, where'd my cursor go?
We've lost the cursor, chat.
No, there it is. There's the armband thing again.
Yep. That is a bit of an important piece of kit, which you will find out more about later.
I like the dive knife edition. Crabs down there too. I want to see what the there's a little sticker on the cooler.
Computer enhance. Keeping preservation.
In
What else does that say?
preservation, ice cream, and it's got a little sticker of herself on it, and it says wolves. Just a little touch of
I
vanity
never
there.
noticed that. Like I said, she's maybe a little bit vain, just a little bit. Like she knows
I
she's pretty. She knows people like looking at her.
I appreciate the artists like using the swimsuit skins where people are going to be distracted to hide lots of little details.
'Cause
Even
for
just
the
like
most part, you find a lot of these. Yeah.
even just the like the venting on one of these like electric slash battery powered coolers. Like that's a nice touch that sells like the artist has looked at one of these devices
Again,
before.
there's Rusty's AC emblem at the top of the cooler.
Hmm.
That actually almost looks exactly like it. That's a bit weird. Again, coincidence. This was done years ago, but it's funny that it's there.
Province. What does the tag say? Summer vibe. Shooter. Wait, that's not one of the No, there's no reel on it. I was gonna say bow fishing is a thing. Oh wait, do you notice that?
The tail. She
No,
got a tail keychain.
no. Wait, sorry, that's not my cursor. Look
Well, there's
what's
two
written.
things
Look what's
actually
written
going
here.
on here. It says Mofu Mofu. Yep.
Mofu Mofu and the TL keychain. The shooter. Just because you something the miracle.
I have no idea what that says. Yeah. If you look at the artist's art
Oh, there's even
of this
some
character,
lavender in her eyes.
look at the artist's art of this character. She regularly has keychains of herself, which I don't know what that says, but it's an interesting detail.
Still alive. Summertime floating on this. Summertime flows on the sea. Something are so lively in the sunshine.
So she doesn't buy from the same brand that Red gets her umbrellas from. I guess we can infer. So it's
Well,
not
no,
in the
then
Wolfman.
she might run into Red when they're both out shopping.
That would be a tragedy.
Yeah, it's safer this way to buy a completely different brand. How much did I enhance this?
Look at that. We made it through 4 characters. Amazing. This is truly a record to be commended.
One of the streams of all time for sure.
It is a stream,
I,
which
I
is
tried
hilarious
that.
because, like,
I tried that expression on somebody at work, and they had no clue what I was getting at.
that's because you're speaking Zoom Zoom and they just don't speak it.
No, that
So,
was the thing. This was a Zoomer.
oh, really? They didn't know it?
Yeah, I think I was like,
Well,
that was
they lose
that
their
was
Zoomer creds. That's
that
for
was
sure.
one of the meetings of all time, and he just kind of looked at me like, "What?"
I guess not everybody's up to date on the latest.
And then I just felt
Generationals are like
really,
guidelines, not so much rules.
really dumb trying to explain it.
So, I guess I know we're kind of getting a little bit late your time. So, should we let chat know what we're thinking for the next one? Like maybe like later this week,
Yeah, I think sometime
possibly.
over the 4th of July weekend, we should be able to get one
Absolutely.
more
Freedom
in.
Day is coming up, chat. So that means more streams,
Will this be an
and we can.
accurate preview for next time?
Let's see who's on the next. Oh yeah, we'll be seeing her next. This is your first up next time, chat. So those of you who wanted fish,
I
you
feel
are.
like they have like a dartboard of like they throw out to be like, what part of the pants will we remove for this character?
I think that there is something to that. This is the same artist as Granny, just for reference, and Granny
Okay,
is also missing
he's
part of
just
her
doing the
pants.
opposite thing then.
He just likes taking pants off in a normal way, chat, in a normal way. But
I need it
So
for
we'll
the
be
color
seeing-
balance, chat.
The color clearly that's why Province has the tactical panties. That's color balance.
Color balance. I have to draw it that way.
So yes, so we'll be seeing Miss Fish Lady here next stream. What were we thinking here? Obviously, it's Sunday morning for me. It's very probably much Monday for you at this point, right?
Let's see. For me,
Is it Monday yet over there?
Yeah. So I think best bet's probably gonna be my Thursday morning, which would be
So that would be Wednesday evening NA time for you folks. That
so
are
it'd be
most
what
of you.
July 3rd for you guys.
Yeah. Pre-Freedom Day. I'll be finishing work relatively early that day, so we'll coordinate this off stream. So we'll figure out the exact time. Just keep an eye on the YouTube for the stream waiting room thing that you do on this YouTube platform. So the next part should be this week. It's not gonna be 2 weeks this time. It's just funny because we didn't even get to half the folder. I added like 11 characters. We did 4, but that's fine. You know, we're taking our time. We're having fun.
Hey, we're going at a faster rate, so.
That was actually faster because previously the last one, if you guys watched that, it took us 4 hours. Sorry, it took us 5 hours to do 4 characters. Now we're doing it in 3. I think that's a lot faster. I don't know about you guys. I'm not very good at math, but the numbers add up.
But it is getting late over here, so I will bid you and Chad good night.
Yep, keep an eye on the YouTube chat. We didn't get to the angles.
Check out Squirrel's channel, linked in the
They
description.
are next. Angles are next episode. So we'll be starting with Fish Lady into angles and some other stuff. So stay tuned for Wednesday evening, most likely. That's 99% going to happen. Yeah, I guess other than that point, it's funny because I'm sitting here on my Sunday morning. I'm like, should I stream today? I probably should, shouldn't I? You get my humble Twitch channel with my horrible gameplay and my even worse commentary. I'm kind of debating whether I just want to do more Elden Ring or if I want to do the EX stages for Silverzine. I don't know what you think, chat, but I'll do one of the two. I haven't decided. It's cold, it's windy, and it's slightly rainy here today, so I'm not looking to be outside much. And I'm not really required to be anywhere until dinner time, so I've got a while.
I will trade you that weather.
Is it nice over there?
It is hot and humid.
See, we had that this whole week. It was super hot. Now, finally, yesterday and today, it's been like finally cool and not 85 plus. So maybe we did swap unintentionally.
Yeah, this morning wasn't too bad, but man, once the sun comes out here, you can just like feel it burning your eyeballs.
But you lot are like basically sea level.
Yeah,
because Japan. I'm very much not sea level. I'm like in the middle of the country, so. Very different atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a weird thing when you're like driving down a hill, looking out, and you like see the ocean like eye level with you.
I've only seen that like once or twice. I believe it or not, chat, I have touched the ocean twice in my life. I know, very bold of me.
Which coast?
Both West Coast. One of them was in Vancouver though. So it was disgusting Canadian Ocean. So I don't know if that counts.
Pull out.
So I've only ever touched
worse
Pacific
oceans
Ocean.
out there.
Yeah, you could be like, I don't know. You could be the Atlantic. Ew.
Yeah, Atlantic beaches are very different from here. Or inside the Panhandle beaches.
I hear those are at least kind of nice.
Yeah.
Down the old of Florida. I've never actually been to. Well, no, I've been to Florida. I went to Disney World once.
The Florida
but
beaches
that's a long time ago.
Have been good.
I don't like being eaten by gators, so I like to stay away.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, I guess
enjoyed
that's
my time in Panhandle, Florida.
I should probably let you go, otherwise you'll be up for 11,000 hours.
Yeah.
So I don't want your wife to be mad at me. So we'll cut this one a little bit earlier than usual. Chat usually we end up being 5. This is actually the shortest one we've ever done, and that's okay. We're back in like 3 days.
Also, I don't have redirect privileges on yet until I hit 1,000 subs. But let me just see if
So
any of my other buds are streaming that I can just post a link to, and we can
alrighty.
go right into them. Let's see.
Yeah, I may be on myself over on the old Twitch later today. Maybe even sooner rather than later. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot I'm having to do today, so I might try to get that out of the way first. I haven't decided yet. So if you like Pain Chat, you can go to my channel. Don't.
Do it.
But other than that, we'll be back for the next one. Please continue to think of silly code names. I guess you can't know who to think of them for. I guess we haven't told you who they are. So maybe we'll wait till next time, right? But yeah, no, good suggestions today, chat. I think you guys did a good job. You guys did a good job. There we go, English. Gosh, I need more coffee. But
I mean, YouTube's discovery tool is not awesome.
I have no knowledge of such a thing.
Just trying to find like other people that are live streaming right now, and it gives me a very very limited selection. Let's see. Well.
We're trying to figure out technology, chat. It's very hard.
All right. Well, have a good night, everybody. If you're watching the pod, thank you for coming as well. Have a good day or good evening. Greeting of the day to you, or farewell of the day to you, as it may be. Right. See y'all
later this week.